It's we. In the streets with it. These YouTube streets. Let's build it. Content after content. We on the block. Lego. And as a daily reminder, hit that like and subscribe so you can get the vibes, you know it, and notified every time. Let ride. It's sweet. It's sweet TV.
Thornton.
And do you know an individual by the name of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
Yes,
How do you know him?
my brother,
If you were to see a picture of Mr. Thornton, could you recognize him?
of course.
No objection.
Your Honor, may I have first the witness? Ms. Thornton, is that a photo of him?
Yes,
Your Honor, we ask that this photo be entered as the next numbered exhibit into evidence.
No objection.
This is a photo of a young man with glasses, black leather jacket, headphones, and has been identified as Adolph Thornton Jr. Will mark this as exhibit 1 to this man.
Thank you, Your Honor. And may I have permission to publish to the jury?
You may.
Thank you. And Ms. Thornton, when was the last time you saw your brother alive?
the last time that I seen him alive was Labor Day of 2021.
And after that, you didn't see him alive anytime else?
Face to face, we had like FaceTime calls prior to, well, after Labor Day, but yes, we had FaceTime calls pretty much every day. So the last time I communicated with him was the day before he was killed, November 16th.
Okay. And on the day that he was killed, do you remember how you found out?
Yes,
How did you find out?
my sister called me.
What do you want to know? And Ms. Thornton, you said that the last time, or the day that you learned something had happened to him was November 16th?
No, I learned that something happened to him on the 17th.
Okay.
The day of, the 16th was the last time I had a conversation with him via FaceTime.
Okay. So November 17th, 2021, that's when you learned something had happened to your brother?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness around.
I don't have any questions. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna sit down, walk your step, please.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Williams?
Today we call roll Hopkins.
They didn't talk to him that morning. He didn't help him get the car. He didn't help him escape. He didn't tell him what to do. He didn't tell him where to go. He didn't do anything. It was a spontaneous issue between two young men
that morning. They shot him. And you know why there's no plan? Because they just start calling random people after the shooting. They don't call Govan. They have to go someplace to get bandaged up as far as that goes. The people that help them never been charged as accessories to anything.
About 20-some years.
Good morning, Mr. Hopkins.
Good morning.
Could you state for the benefit of our jurors who may be taking notes, could you state your name and spell your first and last name?
Raul Hopkins, RAULHOPKINS.
And I am gonna ask you to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
That's okay.
Yes.
We wanna make sure that our court reporter can hear you and our jurors can hear you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hopkins, do you know an individual by the name of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know Mr. Thornton?
From the neighborhood.
Okay. And you know him from the neighborhood, how long have you known him?
Probably about 20-some years.
And other than knowing him from the neighborhood, did you have any other relationship with him?
No.
Mr. Thornton. What did Mr. Thornton do for a living?
He was a hip hop artist.
Okay. And did you provide any services to him in relation to being a hip hop artist?
Yes, ma'am. Security.
Okay. And how long have you done security for Mr. Thornton?
7 years.
What was Mr. Thornton's, you said he was a hip hop artist, was he affiliated with a certain label?
Yes, ma'am.
What label was that?
PRE.
I'd like to pass forward a picture to see if you recognize the picture.
No objection.
Do you recognize that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that picture of?
Picture of the chain, his label, PRE.
Ernie, if we could have that entered into evidence as the next one.
No objection, Your Honor.
This is a charm that's the 3 letters PRE. Will mark this as exhibit 2 to the trial.
Commissioner Publisher.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, Mr. Hopkins, could you explain to the jurors what they did?
That's his chain, PRE.
And what did PRE stand for?
Paper Route Entertainment.
Did he have any issues with other labels?
Yes, ma'am.
What label was that?
CMG.
And what does CMG stand for?
I really don't know what it stands for.
Alright, CMG. Well, let's go back a bit. Who are some of the other artists that are on the PRE label?
Several artists that they have is on this label. A guy named Kenny, a guy named
Wu?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just had a lot of different artists on this label.
And would Wu be the same person as Paper Route Wu?
Yeah.
And the label you mentioned, CMG, that he had conflict with, that Mr. Gordon had conflict with. Who are some of the artists on that label you're familiar
that I knew of was the Yokai.
And there were conflicts, is that correct?
Yes.
But what was the origin of that conflict?
Really about music. Maybe a diss song here or there.
Did CMG ever at any point want Mr. Thorne, is professionally known as Young Dolph, is that right?
Yes.
Did they ever want Young Dolph to sign to their label?
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be the beginning of their issue?
Could have been.
Okay. Did Mr. Thorne or Young Dolph ever sign to their label?
No, ma'am.
He had his own label, PRE, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any acts of violence between these individuals, PRE and CMG?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that before or after you became involved as the bodyguard?
It was after.
Tell us about the first one that you remember, the first incident that you remember.
First incident I remember was in 2015.
And I'm asking you to speak up as well.
It was in 2015. We was in Charlotte. We were sitting in the Sprinter. We had just went upstairs. There was two more individuals that was in the Sprinter. Came running up saying the Sprinter just got shot up.
When you say Sprinter, it's like
Sprinter van.
Sprinter van.
Yes, ma'am.
You were where now?
I was upstairs.
No, what city? I'm sorry.
Oh, it was in Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
Yes,
So the Sprinter van was shot up.
yes.
Was Mr. Thorne in the van at that point?
No, ma'am.
Where was he at this point?
We was upstairs.
But you had just gotten out of the Sprinter van?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you learn of anyone who was responsible for this shooting?
They said something on the news, but really don't know who actually done it.
What was the next incident that you recall?
Next incident was in 2017 in Charlotte.
And it was again in, you said Charlotte?
Charlotte, yes,
So Charlotte twice?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us about that incident.
I wasn't there. But from what I've known, that his SUV got shot up.
And who are you saying he? What he?
Young Dolph.
Young Dolph
Yes,
SUV.
yes, Young Dolph SUV got shot up.
And was he hurt?
No, ma'am.
Was there another incident? Oh, do you know who was responsible for that?
No, ma'am. I don't.
There was another incident. What was the next incident?
2018 in Los Angeles, California.
Were you present for that?
No, ma'am.
Did you learn about what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell us about what you learned?
I was at a baseball game. Somebody called me and said, Young Dolph just got shot in California. And that's how I heard about that.
And did you then go to California?
Yes, ma'am. I went there the next morning.
Okay. You know who was possibly responsible for that?
No, I don't.
Let's fast forward to 2021. Let's actually fast forward to November 2021. Did Young Dolph have an event or something big going on during November 2021?
Yes, ma'am. Every November, he would do a turkey drive for the community.
And explain us what you mean by turkey drive.
He would go. several communities and give out turkeys.
And would he do this personally?
Yes,
Did he also have members of his label there as well?
yes, ma'am.
In November of 2021, was he in Memphis doing that?
He was in Memphis, but he didn't participate in the turkey drives.
Is there any particular reason why he did not participate in the turkey drive?
He just told me he had other stuff he had to do. He wanted to make sure his artists was doing what they supposed to do.
And so how many of these different turkey drives would there be?
Before,
Before?
yes,
Would they be all on one day or would they be spread out?
they be spread out. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And is this around a certain time? Is it, I mean, you mentioned turkeys, I always think of turkeys and Thanksgiving. Was this around Thanksgiving?
It was the week before Thanksgiving.
So, you mentioned about him being in town. Did he live in Memphis? The young Dolph live?
No, ma'am.
So was he visiting that week?
And he came in because of the turkey drive.
When did you last hear from young Dolph?
I just last heard from young Dolph, it was that Tuesday about 7 o'clock. I seen him.
7 o'clock a.m. or p.m.?
PM.
You saw him?
Yes.
And did you hear from him after that?
No, I didn't.
What was the next that you heard of young Dolph?
Was that Wednesday morning about 11:30
And what did you hear?
that he just got shot.
Have you previously reviewed video from that incident?
Yes, ma'am.
By the passport, a flash drive? Does it look familiar?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that of?
It's a flash drive with clips of video outside from keys.
Did you open it in an envelope to see if that is the flash drive you previously used?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did that flash drive, how do you know that was a flash drive?
Because I got my initials on here, RH.
And the video that you viewed, what is it a video of?
A video of young Dolph at keys.
Your Honor, if we could have that enter into evidence at the next time.
No objection.
This is an envelope with a flash drive on the inside. Envelope is labeled flash drive with clips of video inside, outside, and keys. Will mark this as exhibit 3 to this trial.
read the date at the top of this video?
November 17th.
Do you recognize this vehicle that is coming into play?
Yes, ma'am.
And whose vehicle is it?
That's young Dolph.
You can pause the video right here. Mr. Hopkins, do you recognize the individual in the photo, the video?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is the person in the video?
That's young Dolph.
We see a second individual coming out of the video. Who is that?
That's his brother Marcus.
There is someone or something at the bottom left of the screen. I apologize, our laser pointer is having technical difficulties at this point. But who is or what is that at the bottom of the bottom left?
That's young Dolph. I guess his arm hanging out.
This is who you're referring to.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is Marcus who you're referring to. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
individual at the front counter, who's there?
That's young dog.
And there's an individual behind him, who is there?
That's his brother Marcus.
Say they're referring to a young dog. Ms. Shaw?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Hopkins, we've seen, the inside and outside of the shop today that Mr. Govan was killed. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You were not with him that day.
No, ma'am.
Why were you not with him that day?
He had me doing other things. He wanted me to be with the other artists.
And did you go to the scene of the cookie shop that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Is their location here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You're crazy, bro.
Tell the deputy where you want it.
I'll just put it here so the court reporter can hear me. Thank you. Can you all see okay? Okay. Mr. Hopkins, my name is Manny Aurora. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, sir.
I'm sorry for your loss, obviously. This is very troubling. No one should ever have to be killed by an opioid like that. So I sympathize with you. We spoke on the phone when you were coming in from the airport this past weekend. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you worked as the bodyguard for Mr. Dolph.
Yes, sir.
Was it you and other people as part of the team?
It was, but it was mainly me.
Okay, so you were the boss.
Yes.
You mentioned to the prosecutor that there was a history of violence between PRE and CMG. Is that
Yes,
correct? And as I saw from this, and not trying to be negative anyway, but Mr. Dolph travels with an assault rifle in his car, as we saw his brother pull that out from the driver's side.
I don't know if he traveled with it, but he had it that day.
Okay, and have you seen him with other weapons in the past?
I haven't, no, sir.
Okay. And his brother had his handgun and he was shooting at the other people, as we saw in the video.
Yes, sir.
And then he pulled out the assault rifle from the driver's side and shot some more at the people.
Yes, sir.
With regards to the violence that goes back and forth between these two music groups, you personally know of at least 3 attempts on Dolph's life, 2016, 2015, 2017, and 2018, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so he needed security, obviously, and there's lots of problems going on here.
Yes, sir.
And with regards to coming to Memphis on the week before Thanksgiving, Mr. Dolph didn't live in Memphis anymore, right?
No, sir.
How long before this incident had he moved away from Memphis?
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
Right. And was that, a lot of it I think we talked about is for safety reasons because it's pretty violent here as far as between the PRE and the CMG.
Yes.
So it's known that his life is in danger when he's here and he needs bodyguards, things like that.
Yes.
One of the phrases I've heard, have you ever heard of the phrase spin the block?
No, I haven't.
And with regards to him coming here the week before Thanksgiving, he wasn't going to participate in the turkey drive. He was here to help out his artists.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I just have a moment here? I think that's all. Thank you, Mr. Hopkins.
Yes, sir.
Any other redirect? Please, can you approach? You have heard just a little proof. I ask you not to talk about this amongst yourselves, so go take a break, refresh yourself, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay? Stand in brief recess.
Court stands in brief recess.
You got everything?
And follow me, please.
No, they're not. Cameraman, you're not supposed to be photographing any of this family. You understand that? I'm speaking to all of you. You should not be photographing any of the Mr. Dolph's family. Not at all.
Or Mr. Gomez.
Or Mr. Govan's family, okay? Not at all. Thank you. Yeah, I told Dean that. I think that's the only one. Yeah. Going to recess. You do this. Yes, ma'am. Was Tiffany, you're gonna get
Wow. Salute, salute. Can y'all hear me in the building, man? That's my fault. Can you hear me in the building? Salute, salute. Shout out to everybody in here. Can you hear me? Let me know. If you just coming in, let me know if you can hear me. So you can hear me? All right, bet. This whole time I ain't even had my Lord have mercy. All right, so boom, if you just coming in, man, this is the Young Dolph trial. This time, Hernandez Govan. Hernandez Govan. It's his turn, man. The mastermind for young Dolph. You see the two gentlemen who've been locked up already. One of them is definitely telling, and one of them has already been sentenced to life without a chance of parole. Hernandez Govan has been running from this situation for about 3 years. But it's no coincidence to me that the car was parked right across the street from his home. We about to wait this situation up. The judge probably got to get some order in her court. You got people in there taking pictures of the family and some more stuff. Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, probably feel like this is not over with. And I'm one of them. So let's go to what we missed because I did come in late.
Law apply to the case. My decisions will be reflected in my responses to questions and objections the attorneys raised during the trial, as well as in my final jury instructions. It is your job to determine what the facts are from the evidence. You must then apply the law in my instructions to the facts, and from that application, you will arrive at your verdict. The state has the burden of proving the guilt of the defendant beyond a reasonable doubt. And this burden remains on the state throughout the entire case. Keep in mind that the defendant is presumed to be innocent of the charges against him. Thus, a defendant is not required to prove his innocence, to have his attorney make any statements or arguments, or to produce any evidence. You, as jurors, must decide whether the state has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant has committed the crimes charged in the indictment. You must base that decision only on the evidence in the case and my instructions about the law. An important part of your job will be making judgments about the testimony of the witnesses who testify. You should decide whether you believe what each person says.
Nah, man. All praise to the Most High, and definitely prayers to the family, man, who's been fighting and dealing with this stuff. Mama Dolph, his kids, man, watching this man right here evade law from he should have been in jail. Look like he want a car right now. Look like he got a black eye. Let's be honest. He went and got a lawyer all the way out of Atlanta because I don't feel like Memphis wanted to touch him. He's trying to beat this case. And let's be honest, the evidence is overwhelming. We just seen footage from the junk drive. They say he had a ring bell on his door, which had allegedly more footage. Let's see what that come up. But how is he doing it, y'all? How was he able to violate his bond 3 times and never got locked back up? Is he cooperating? That's what the streets want to know. Is he working?
And the importance of his or her testimony. In making that decision, I suggest that you ask yourself a few questions. Did the person impress you as honest? Did he or she have any particular reason not to tell the truth? Did he or she have a personal interest in the outcome of the case? Did the witness seem to have a memory of the events he or she testified about? Did the witness have the opportunity and ability to observe accurately the things he or she testified about? Did he or she appear to understand the questions clearly and answer them directly? Did a witness's testimony differ from the testimony of other witnesses? These are a few of the considerations that will help you determine the accuracy of each witness's testimony. In making up your mind and reaching a verdict, do not base any decision on the fact that there were more witnesses on one side than on the other. Likewise, do not reach a conclusion on a particular point just because more witnesses testify from one side on that point. Your job is to think about the testimony of each witness you heard and decide the facts.
That being said, this is the judge laying down her rules. I see a question in the comments. What is the evidence? Well, the evidence will be seen today. Today is day one, so you right on time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, whichever channel you on right now. The evidence allegedly is overwhelming. They got I don't think they have DNA, but they have video surveillance. And let's be honest, one of the people who was, as you can see below, holding the weapon is telling. If that ain't enough evidence, Lord have mercy. He actually let one of, because allegedly Mr. Govan sells narcotics in his city, and he chose to let one of his custies, one of his fiends, one of his I can't call him his homie, but he lined them up. He lined them up with a money lick to unallow Dolph while he was in town, giving back to his community, giving back to his city. And they thought that would be the perfect opportunity to ambush him in broad daylight. So that's what we're dealing with right now. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's go.
Some of you have probably heard the terms circumstantial evidence and direct evidence. These are the two basic types of evidence that exist in law. Direct evidence is direct proof of a fact, such as the testimony of an eyewitness. Circumstantial evidence is proof of facts from which you may infer or conclude that other facts exist. I will give you further instructions on these as well as other matters at the end of the case. Keep in mind that you may consider both kinds of evidence, which are considered to be of equal value in the law. The court will not provide you with a transcript of the testimony at the end of the trial. Therefore, you must listen very carefully to the testimony. Each of you will be allowed to take notes during the trial for your own understanding during your deliberations. You are not required to take notes. Independent memory can be as accurate as written notes. You will be provided paper and pen if you decide to take notes. During the course of the trial, you should not talk with any witness, defendant, or attorney involved in the case. Please do not talk with them about any subject matter whatsoever. If you see anybody in the hallway or at any other location, perhaps the best standing rule is to not say anything. You also should not discuss this case among yourselves until I instruct you on the law and you start deliberating at the end of the case. It is important that you wait until all of the evidence is received and you have heard all of my instructions on the rules of law before you deliberate among yourselves. During the course of the trial, you will receive all of the evidence you may properly consider to decide the case. Because of this, you should not attempt to do any research on your own or gather any information on your own that you think might be helpful. I do not know if there will be any media reports in the newspaper, on TV, or any radio about this particular case. I think there may be. If there are, you are not permitted to read, watch, or listen to these reports. You as jurors must base your decisions solely on the evidence you hear in the courtroom. At times during the trial, an attorney may make an objection to a question that is asked by another attorney or to an answer that a witness gives. This simply means that the attorney is requesting that I make a decision on a particular rule of law. Do not draw any conclusions from the facts that an objection was made or from my ruling on that objection. My rulings only relate to the legal questions that I must determine and should not influence your thinking. If I sustain an objection for a question, the witness will not be permitted to answer the question. Do not attempt to guess what the answer might have been had the witness been permitted to give it. Similarly, if I tell you not to consider a particular statement that was made, you should put that statement out of your mind, and you may not refer to that statement in your later deliberations. You may not ask questions. It is the responsibility of the attorneys to present the evidence. You must decide the case on the evidence presented to you. Finally, during the course of the trial, I may have to interrupt the proceedings to confer with the attorneys about the rules of law that should apply. In some cases, we may have bench conferences in the courtroom outside of your hearing. And in some instances, I may ask you to retire to the jury room while we discuss a matter out of your presence. I will try to avoid as many of these interruptions as possible. We will try to resolve some of these things in the morning before we get started. I ask your patience because these interruptions are necessary points in the trial where we have to resolve legal issues. In the long run, they save time for us all. If after your deliberations, you find the defendant guilty of any offense, the court will set the punishment at a separate sentencing hearing. The jury will not be involved in setting the punishment. This completes my opening comments to you. We will now proceed with the reading of the indictment. So you do have no pens and papers, you're sitting on them. They should be under your cushion.
It's going down. Every dog has his day. Double tap the screen if you just getting into the live. Subscribe to the channel.
2204769. State of Tennessee versus Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, Jermarcus Johnson. Indictment for conspiracy to commit murder first degree, murder first degree. Tennessee Code annotated 3912103, Sketch Code 31015, Tennessee Code annotated 3913202, Sketch Code 21015. Witness F. Prios, MPD, summoned for the state. J. Browning, Multi-Agency Gang Unit, J. Browning. A true bill signed Miriam Bernard, foreperson of the grand jury, date indictment returned November 10th, 2022. State of Tennessee, Criminal Court of Shelby County, September term.
Let me answer. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me answer this question real quick. And if you have any questions, go ahead. Let's put them down there in the chat. So, a lot of people thought this was over with. I think Hernandez Govan, in the back of his mind, was one of them people. Justin is definitely found guilty about a year ago for the unaliving of Dolph, but he was just one of the trigger men. As you can see in the video below, is two trigger men ambushed young Dolph in front of a cookie shop in Memphis. One of the trigger men told, and one of the trigger man stayed solid. But Mr. Govan is being charged separately as a mastermind. So this is his day in court with a separate trial. What is he fighting against? Well, he's fighting against one of the trigger man, pointing the finger right at him, saying that he helped get, well, this the sad truth. They never got paid. This was supposed to be a paid hit. The person who was supposed to pay him is no longer here because he got hit. It's a war going on, city to city, state to state, and all across the country. And it's more of the same difference. If you're new to the vibes, just subscribe. Do me a favor, hit that like button. So this is Hernandez Govan, day one of his trial. He's been accused of putting together the young and dumb hitters who thought it would be smart to jump out in broad day wearing masks and gloves, and they thought they would get away with it. But the truth of the matter is, anything done in the dark will always come to the light. And let's get back into it.
2022. Count 1. The grand jurors of the state of Tennessee, duly selected, impaneled, sworn and charged to inquire for the body of the county of Shelby, Tennessee, upon their oath present
About a week.
Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, Jamarcus Johnson, between June 1st, 2021 and March 1st, 2022 in Shelby County, Tennessee, and before the filing of this indictment, did unlawfully, intentionally, with premeditation, and with the intent to commit the offense of first-degree murder as classified in Tennessee Code Annotated 39-13-202 against the person of Adolph Thornton Jr., enter into an agreement with each other to commit the said offense. That said, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, and Jamarcus Johnson, acting for the purpose of promoting or facilitating the commission of the said offense, and agreeing that one or more of them would engage in conduct which would constitute the said offense. In furtherance of the conspiracy of the said conspiracy, one or more of the parties to the conspiracy committed an overt act, to wit, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, traveled to 2370 Airways Boulevard and killed Adolph Thornton Jr. Cornelius Smith traveled to 2370 Airways Boulevard and killed Adolph Thornton Jr.
Cornelius, he would be the one who points the finger. He would be the one who said it was his daughter's birthday. He was just trying to get some money up to make sure she had a good birthday. But do you think that that was the right choice to make, fam, when now your daughter gonna miss many birthdays without her father? And Dolph, he had kids too. His kids gonna miss many birthdays without their father. Do you see the vicious cycle, the hidden agenda, the war in the music? You can see them down below, automatic rifles running down on their own brother from their city for some money. Hernandez Govan was the plug. Cornelius said he was a pill popper. Govan gave him the pills. Why would you put a pill popper on what would become one of the biggest cases in your city, and you think you're not gonna pay for this? Let's watch the history unfold.
Hernandez Govan solicited both Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith to kill Adolph Thornton Jr. Jamarcus Johnson aided in Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop's, hideout and escape after the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr. Allegedl. 80, communication between Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith after the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr. and facilitated payments to Cornelius Smith for the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr., all of which is in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-12-103 against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee, signed Steve Mulroy, District Attorney General, 30th Judicial District. Count 2. The grand jurors of the state of Tennessee, duly selected, impaneled, sworn, and charged to inquire for the body of the county of Shelby, Tennessee, upon their oath present that Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, on November 17, 2021, in Shelby County, Tennessee, and before the finding of this indictment, did unlawfully, intentionally, and with premeditation kill Adolph Thornton Jr. in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-13-202 against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. Signed Steve Mulroy, District Attorney General, 30th Judicial District.
Mr. Govan and counsel, how do you plead?
Not guilty to both counts, Your Honor.
He can plead not guilty. He can plead whatever he wants.
Good morning.
Let's see what the evidence say.
We met last week, but for formality's sake, my name is Iris Williams, and I represent the state of Tennessee. When I was a kid, one thing that my mom always told me is that there are few things that we can control. But one of those things are our choices.
Let's go.
Our choices can move mountains.
Can move mountains.
Our choices can get us into trouble.
A lot of trouble.
And our choices can mean life and death.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this case is about choices. You're going to hear a lot of evidence this week. You're going to hear a lot of names. But the name that I want you to remember is Hernandez Govan. And I want you to remember the choices he made. And even more importantly, I want you to remember the consequences of those choices. Picture this. November 17th, 2021. The victim, Adolph Thornton, and his brother. They pull up to Makita's cookie shop on Airways Boulevard. They park the car, they get out, they talk to the cashier, and seconds later, a white Mercedes pulls up and Adolph Thornton is gunned down and killed. You'll hear from Dr. Juliet Scantleberry, the medical examiner in this case. She'll tell you that Thornton's body had around 20 gunshot entrance wounds to his neck, his chest, his arms, and a catastrophic injury to his face. But how did we get here? How do we start? Where will we begin? This trial will begin with Erica Thornton. She'll tell you that she is Mr. Thornton's sister. She'll tell you about the last time that she saw her brother alive. And she'll tell you when she heard that he was gone. And after Ms. Thornton testifies, you'll hear from Mr. Raul Hopkins. He'll tell you that he worked for security for Thornton for years. And Adolph Thornton just wasn't Adolph Thornton. He was known across the city as Young Dolph, a musician. His music, his artistry, his journey, his ambition inspired and spoke to this city in ways that a lot of artists just couldn't do. Thornton made his own way in the music industry. and he created a label called PRE, Paper Route Empire. Hopkins will tell us about it. He'll tell us that Adolph Thornton made his way in the music industry and created opportunities for other artists. But when you create opportunities for others, some people don't seem to like that. So Hopkins will tell us about another label, CMG, also known as Cocaine Music Group. He'll tell us about the history and the tension between these two labels. He'll tell us that CMG wanted Thornton as their own, but when he decided to pave his own way, when he decided to be self-made, he became CMG's enemy. Hopkins is going to set the stage for how this story truly began. And after Hopkins, you'll hear from Cornelia Smith. And this is when it all will click. Smith is a co-defendant. He'll tell you that he met Govan in 2021. They met through Smith's friend, Bobby Carter. And Smith has a couple of nicknames for Govan. He calls him Big Bro or Quet. Govan started out by selling drugs to Smith, pills more specifically. But that's not the only thing that Govan did. Govan chose Smith. And Govan chose him to do a job. Govan also chose Justin Johnson, another co-defendant, to do that same job. A job that ended in the life and death of Adolph Thornton Jr. He chose two desperate people. Smith, needing money, needing to support his family. Justin Johnson, an aspiring and up-and-coming rap artist that wanted to be on CMG's label, the very label that Govan had access to and was affiliated with. Smith will also talk about a meeting at Govan's house. The people present at that meeting were Smith, Govan, Justin Johnson, and Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Now, Jook is the number 2 person at the CMG label. Smith will tell you that Govan said that there was a bounty on Adolph Thornton's life. In fact, there were multiple bounties on PRE artists. Govan told Smith that there was a $100,000 bounty on Adolph Thornton's life, and that the money was good. The money was guaranteed if Smith and Johnson completed this job. So what did they do? What did the two desperate people do? They agreed. And Govan asked for a $10,000 cut from each of them. He chose to ask for this cut from each of them. And one thing that is important to note is that Smith and Johnson didn't even really know each other, but they knew Govan. Govan was the link between them. So let's fast forward to November 2021. Smith hears that Thornton and other PRE artists are in town. It's Thanksgiving time. PRE often hosts turkey drives at different locations across the city. So they knew that they were around. Justin Johnson picks up Smith from Smith's father's house, and they go hunting. They get to a stoplight on Airways, and at that stoplight, they see a special car pass through. And what is that car? A blue camouflage Corvette. Most people in Memphis know that there's only one person in this city that drives that car in this region of town. Adolph Thornton. So what does Smith and what does Johnson do? They follow that car. They follow that car. The car parks at Nikita's cookie shop. And seconds later, Smith and Johnson pull up in a stolen white Mercedes, gun down, and kill Adolph Thornton Jr. in broad daylight. They get back in the car, speed off, but not before Thornton's brother, Marcus Thornton, fires shots and shoots Smith. So Smith and Johnson are in this stolen white Mercedes. But where do they go? They go to ditch the car. They ditch the car, and we'll hear from Sergeant Dabney that the car was left at 1174 Bradley Street, which they later found out is directly across the street from the defendant's home. After they ditch the car, Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson go to an apartment complex to change clothes and clean up their rooms. Cornelius notices something. He doesn't have his phone. He realizes that he left his phone in the white Mercedes, the murder car that they left across the street from the defendant's house. So what does he do? He uses Justin Johnson's phone to contact his own girlfriend, Angela Arnold, and you will also hear from her. You'll hear from Angela Arnold, and you'll hear from Cornelius Smith that she picked him up from that apartment complex. When she picked him up, he told her what happened. He told her that he was hurt, and he told her that he was missing his phone. So what did he do next? Smith contacted Govan from Angela Arnold's phone and asked to meet so he could get his phone back. Ladies and gentlemen, there are copious amounts of phone records, and Sergeant Browning will testify that these call detail records will support what Smith is saying. And if that's not enough, Angela Arnold will tell you that she and Smith met with Govan after the murder so that Smith could get his phone back. But that's not where it ends. Smith will tell you that at that exchange, Govan gave him money to buy a car cover, to hide the white Mercedes, to hide the murder car that was parked directly across the street.
Oh my God.
Now, a day before.
Yo, what y'all think right now, man? Somebody was asking earlier, well, what's the evidence? Well, what's the evidence, man? Let's break it all the way back down. Shout out, boy, your baby mama telling, boy. So y'all telling together as a couple. Nasty, nasty work. Govan said he wanted 10 apiece. Did y'all hear that? Govan said, hey, man, I'm gonna put y'all on some money. I need this and I need that. But get what? I'm gonna need 10,000 out of y'all money. Boy, you going to jail. He going to prison. I don't know who he know, what he know, and how they got down, how he was able to evade them goddamn jail bars. But ever since you did this, nigga, karma has been kicking your ass. Your daughter gone. You lost your daughter to the streets. It's like Dolph kids lost their father to the streets. Just like Cornelius said, he was trying to make some money because it was his daughter's birthday. You threw your life away on your daughter. You threw your life away, man, father, on your daughter's birthday. And now you in court pointing fingers because you sober. He need to go to jail too. Fuck all that, man. He need to go to jail too, because what did she say at the beginning of this, y'all? This whole thing is about choices. This whole situation is about fucking choices. The choices that they made. I ain't make they damn choice. They made their own choices. So you thought you was gonna hire one of your junkies, and you not surprised that they became one of your flunkies. Let me get the Dolph, goddamn. Let me get the Dolphins in the chat, man. Let me say that one more time. Govan hired a junkie, and then it bit him because it was a flunky. He pointed the finger at you, Govan. How does it feel? I know he got friends and family, but goddamn, we gonna baptize him today in the name of Dolph. Boy, you're going to jail. I'm gonna tell you why. They asked, what's the evidence? Well, damn, they saying they got the goddamn phone call, bro. We should know, man. This is big gon' nitty, man. We covered the YSL trial. We learned so much. Every time we watch these trials, you better learn a lot. Every time you watch something like this, you better take notes, man. Especially if you got children. And if you call yourself a street ninja and you out here, man, listen. Not getting paid to throw away your life. And you talking about, shout out to everybody dropping them Dolphins, man. Timmy, Perry, Trial, Kendra, I see y'all, man. Threw away your life. You took a life. And that's one thing about it. Money can't save you when you go meet God. It is a sin to take a life. You got to pay for that. And that goes beyond this earthly realm. Karma spent so fast back round because he was living foul. You was willing to take one of the pillars out of your community for some money because you was lazy and you ain't want to go goddamn start. You got all this money, people with money around you, you ain't picked up nothing. You still scraping and scrambling, putting young ninjas on missions. Now let's get to the evidence. They just said that Cornelius, which is one of the guys you see down there holding a stick, he is telling y'all what happens. I want y'all street niggas to really think about this. What happens when your shooter go bad? What happens when your shooters go bad? That's why you got people saying, I'm my own shooter. You might as well be. Because what happens when your shooter go bad? He say his shooter got down. They know where the Mercedes came from. I been told y'all, don't forget the lady who say she got her Mercedes taken at Kroger. Huh? Imagine that. Imagine getting gas at your Kroger grocery. For people who don't know what that is, that's a grocery store. Yeah. Imagine going to your local grocery store, pumping gas, and masked man take your car. Huh? So the car was a freshly stolen. It was freshly stolen, goddamn. Hit the like button. It was a freshly stolen Mercedes. If you want to believe that, it's up to you. I find it hard to wrap my mind around a lot of this. I ain't gonna lie. But it was a freshly stolen from a white girl. I don't know if that's gonna come out, if it checks out that they really was dumb enough to steal a car at Kroger with all them good HD, probably 8K cameras. They can get you from so many angles. So I believe the police when they say they got the work, they got the evidence, and it look like they back in court. So get what we gonna do? We going back to court. We gonna have to catch back up as soon as they pop back in. And like she in the building. Let's go.
I had no idea.
Let me cook. Salute everybody in the building, man.
All right, are we ready to go back? You can bring the jury.
Are we ready? Bring the jury back.
Oh, it's back in session.
Let's go. Checking my IG right now. Okay, about to handle that right now. Man, yo, this man really think he about to wag? Man, the city fuck with Dolph. Shit, man, look, we roll with Dolph all over, man. Let me be honest. I want to see how is Lord gonna fight people that personally is pointing fingers at him that was inside the crowd, the unalive for themselves. Jerry coming back in. If you're just coming in, do me a favor, double tap the screen, hit the like button. Jerry coming back in right now. We are watching the Young Dolph trial, the sequel. Hernandez Govan, the Mastermind, allegedly, they won. I'm going over there right now, Jordan. I see the numbers going up. They need to subscribe more over there. What's going on with it? Jordan, you already. Jordan, what you talking about? You already. Oh no, you. Okay, so as the jury come in, I want to show y'all something. So this is what Straight Drop thought. One of the unalivers thought it would be smart to drop this music video right after Dolph passes. Right after Dolph passes, he thought it'd be smart to drop this here music video. Now I'm gonna be honest. I know he ain't that damn good because it was not smart to get on a song. But if you in the streets, I know, man. I'm just speculating, but come on, man. If you in the city, man, you got to know what's going on in the city, man. You telling me you hopped on the song with Fool? That was a dumb move. Now look at Straight Drop verse though. So you basically adopted the beef at the same time. We got to go. I'm sorry, we got to listen to this, but we got to. This part of the evidence. Goddamn, look at it.
I just took a
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you state your first and last name for the jury?
Cornelius Smith.
And for the benefit of our jurors who may be taking notes and our court reporter, could you spell your first and last name?
CORNELIUS SMITH.
And if it's okay, can I call you Cornelius?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Hernandez. You know an individual by the name of Hernandez Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see that individual in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you point to that individual and describe what he or she was wearing?
Man, right here with the white shirt on, black tie, bald head.
And I'd ask that the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
Record so reflects that the witness has identified the defendant.
And
Cold.
how long have you known Mr. Govan?
I met him in 21. like mid-21, something like that.
Mid-21, so,
Like, yeah, like in the middle of 21.
um, when you met him, under what circumstances were you meeting him?
I met him through an individual named Bobby. Buy pills at the time. I was just buying pills from him.
And would that be Bobby Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were buying pills from Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of pills were you buying from Mr. Govan?
Ecstasy and sometimes Percocet pills. Oxycodone.
Would you say, why were you buying pills from him?
Because I popped pills. I was popping pills at the time.
Okay.
That was my drug of choice, pills.
Did you have a particular reason why you were popping pills?
I had a lot of stress.
Come on, man. Y'all thought I was making this. I told you. I told y'all. Junkie. Messing with, look at it, for that boy a little tired. That man like he been crying all night. You had a lot of time to think about this, Govan. You had a lot of time to think about this, homie. Boy, they about to spank you. He pointing the finger. He claiming to be a junkie. But we don't care about that. Just cause you a junkied out hitter, I told buddy you should worry about these type of guys. We don't want you in the community. We giving you to the system. Fuck it. We need more people speaking up for it, man. We want you in the system, thug. You're junkied. You're killing the pillars in the community, and now you're pointing fingers at your plug. Your plug can't even look at you. Made him look like Dr. Dre. He went from Hernandez Govan, Lord have mercy. Now he look like Dr. Dre. Let's go.
Going on, or whatever. And it was on and off anyway, but then I was just back on.
Was there a particular incident that caused you to start?
I had lost my son in 2020, March of 2020, and
That's hate. That's hate. You can see the hate in his eyes. If Hernandez Govan ever get his hands on Cornelius, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna make sure they never land in the same prison. How many people think that Cornelius get a pass since he telling? One of the men below, you can see in the motion picture that I got, the artwork that I got going. You can see the man below, two men wielding rifles. One of those men has been revealed. Two of them. My fault. That part of the trial is over with. This is the sequel. They have been revealed as the same guy we just watched in the music video, Straight Drop, who y'all gotta let me cook. Y'all can't tell me that Straight Drop wasn't connected that day when he shot that video. Where all them goddamn black cars come from? Was he really an artist from over there? Did he have somebody in his ear telling him, "But we gonna sign you and everything, but you about to go up"? So he went and put his whole life on the line. He crashed out. It was said that these two men didn't even know each other. They never did work together. I know he's sitting in the cell right now, man. Like, man, why would I even work with somebody? I never did the biggest job of my life. And I worked with a stranger. It's over with for that young man. He's out of there. Now look at the hate in his eyes as he look at the man that he used to serve on the curb, that he used to serve them yappers. And then he started handing them choppers.
You've been on them before?
Yes, man, I have been on them before.
And he at some point stopped?
Stop.
And after your son
got killed after stop,
and that's through that course you got to know Mr. Govan.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't cry.
Where would you meet Mr. Govan?
At first, Bobby started going to get the pills from him, and then, one particular day, Bobby ain't want to go, so, I went and got something from myself.
Okay, and where was that at?
At his home, on on Bradley Street, I believe.
So is that how did you know this where he was?
Cause I used to be right across the street at Bobby house, you know what I'm saying, from his house.
When, so you've always gone to Bobby's house?
Yeah, I used to hang out with Bobby. Like, I used to hang out with Bobby.
I used to hang
Let's
with
go back
Mark on the
to
day to day.
mid-summer or so, however you say it, of 2021, when you first came into contact with Mr. Govan. At what point did the situation change from you, or did it change from you buying pills from him to something else?
Like, I guess after a couple runs of going to buy pills on my own from him, you know, he started asking me, I want to make some money. You know, he knew why I get some money. I'm like, yeah.
Did you want some money?
Yeah, because sometimes I go to him and can I get a couple pills on credit? So, you know,
Lord have
like,
mercy.
you want to make some money? I'm like, yeah.
And
I told you he put a junkie on a job, and now he mad because he a flunky. That's why they calling you the mastermind. You said he said that you said, hey, you want to make some money? Why would you ask somebody who always calling your phone for credit, and you want to put him on one of the biggest, goddamn? You hear me? You wanted to allegedly take out one of the biggest, and you hired a motherfucker. Come on, man.
why did you need money? Were you working at the time?
Yeah, nah, not really. I wasn't just working like that. I couldn't just keep a job with a PA like that. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. So you wanted money. What did you want money for?
A lot of different reasons. Make sure my children were straight, you know, pop me a couple pills, you know, make sure I was good. A lot of different reasons.
How many children did you have at the time?
I had 5. I got 5 now, but I had 6.
6 altogether. But
Yeah, it was after my son got killed. I had 5.
And who is the mother of those kids?
Letitia Jackson.
So you wanted money to make sure your kids were okay. You pop a few pills, and you'd be all right.
Yes,
Did you have a girlfriend at the time?
yes, ma'am.
What's your girlfriend name?
Miss Angela.
Miss Angela. Does Angela have a last name? Arnold?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah, 5 kids, a girlfriend,
Yes,
and a
ma'am.
pill head.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So at some point, Mr. Govan asked you if you wanted to make some extra money.
Make some money.
Straight up, Robert.
And how were you supposed to make extra money?
Well, he told me that, you know, it was a little bound on a couple paper I had.
Okay, I ain't understand nothing you said.
It was a hit on, it was a hit at the time on a couple guys and paper I had on paper I had or whatever.
Okay, and what were some of those individuals' names, if you can recall?
Paper I Woo, Young Dolph. I don't know all the names, but
God damn. Oh my God. I feel it. It's coming. They about to get they gonna come after CMG next. If this man telling how we hear this man right here telling right now, man, they definitely about to come after CMG next, man. He talking about people that's still alive, money on their head too. Allegedly.
I ain't know
Fair use.
who they were.
At what point did he mention the actual bounties, as you say?
One night leaving getting some pills. He mentioned the prices on, you know, who had 50 on his head. Young Dolph had 100 on his head. Somebody had 5 on their head, 10 on their head. He mentioned the price.
What the This man got a menu? Lord have mercy. Govan, you going down, brother. What kind of goddamn Man. That nigga had a 5. He got a 10. That nigga had a goddamn a 50. And he had 100 play. This is the definition of a coward. This ain't no mastermind. This is a coward. This is a brother who who really hate himself. We don't know why. He got a menu for junkies. He talking to junkies about street business, giving niggas the prices and the trophies to be used in a court of law in the young Dolph trial, man. This is crazy work, y'all. Do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button right now. We're gonna be breaking this down.
Prices.
So it was almost like a catalog. This person costs this much. This person costs this much.
Shawty said it was like a catalog. Lord have mercy. Imagine sitting down at your plug house flipping through a catalog, y'all. She painting a cold picture. We gonna see today if that's his lawyer sitting next to him, how she coming. We already know she gonna say, first off, he not credible because he's a junkie. We know that. But is this junkie telling the truth or no? Did Govan have some type of menu, a catalog, to where you can brush up on the latest bags on people's heads? Boy.
Who had money on their head? Who had the most money on their head?
And who had
Young Dolph had the most money on his head.
And he had 100,000.
100,000.
And when you say his head,
100,000.
I mean, if you kill Young Dolph, you get 100,000 now.
Don't be
at some point
afraid.
you will testify about the shooting of Young Dolph. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to that, were you involved in any other shootings?
Well, one day, Mr. Govan had provided me with a gun, and he told us that paper out rule was at home one day. So as we approached the house, with me, Bobby, Justin, and another guy, I don't know the other guy's name. Bobby dropped me off. I get out walking on foot. Paper out rule coming out the house, and he had his gun in his hand at the time. And I was walking up the street, and me and him had a shootout or whatever.
Oh my God. This is telling. Oh, you gonna really make him look like the mastermind, huh? Oh, you working? He said that man put a gun in his hand and sent him on a mission. Do y'all remember Bobby? Bobby with that? I think Bobby had what was he had? He like a half a nose or something. He had like a half a nose or something. Y'all remember Bobby? He was in the Mercedes. They thought he was the shooter. Y'all remember Bobby? Bobby, where you at? They telling on you.
And the gun he provided me had jammed up. So, I had to duck and buy and weed, and Bobby had got to me. We got in the car and went back to his house and reported what had happened to him. And he was glad I ain't get killed that day right there. But Bobby was like, he wasn't messing with this stuff because he was believing what Justin them told him about. We messed it up or whatever. And we didn't have our masks on and all this. So, Bobby
oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, because he was saying that's how we messed it up. Because we didn't have our mask on. Oh my.
Was there an incident with paper out rule that you're aware of prior to the incident where you were involved?
Nah, I don't know nothing else about no incident with paper out. Just
I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't about to. I ain't gonna keep stopping, but I gotta react, and I'm gonna let it ride. But you telling me you don't so Govan, you knew his work. You knew he was jayed out. He already came back on a failed attempt, and you rebooked him. You deserve to go to jail.
this shootout that I had with him, that's all I know about it. And he was saying that like he was going.
Who's he?
Mr. Govan was saying he was going.
Let me stop. All right. Did you call him Mr. Govan?
Nah, I called him Quick. I called him
Alright.
Quick. That's what I do.
That was your nickname.
Yeah, Quick.
Would you feel more comfortable calling him Quick?
Yeah, I called him Quick.
Okay.
Quick was saying that he was gonna he would pay by Woo Mama or whatever to find out where they be about, play up on the huddle, find out where, Woo and them be is, so we could reach out and touch them, like find out where they is.
Was it just he was gonna see where Woo was, or was there other paper route artists?
Any one of them, like Woo or anybody in paper route, he was gonna make sure that he could play because Mama liked him, so he was gonna try to play their father figure and find out where they is and make sure we can reach out and touch them.
So from when you met him in midsummer, the shooting with paper route Woo, how far from when you met him to when that shooting was?
I just can't recall, but it wasn't long after I met him though.
It was a couple of days, couple of weeks.
I said a couple of weeks, probably about a month and a half or so. I can't be specific about it. I ain't gonna lie like that.
Were you all looking for specific paper route empire artists?
Yeah, we were looking for whoever we could find. So, at the time on certain days or what, like we were doing whatever we can. You know what I'm saying?
In regards to the bounty, were there other conversations about the bounty?
Well, after that incident with paper route Wool or whatever, and the gun jammed up, like I think probably the next day I pulled up old Quick House or whatever and about some pills. And when I pulled up, it was a truck sitting in front of the house or whatever.
Okay, what kind of truck?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
Like an SUV truck or F-150 truck?
Like an SUV truck.
Okay.
But I pulled up and I got out and when he said he was sitting up there with Juke. And he was like, here go a little C right here. Here go C right here. So Juke was like, hold up, man. We ain't doing no talking around these phones, take these phones outside.
Who said that?
Juke.
Juke.
Oh, he got
I won't put past Govan having something to do with Joke, y'all. I wouldn't listen. I think that when Govan found that these boy was working, he definitely tried to get it at them too. Them boys probably in protective custody, man. Matter of fact, Cornelius is locked up, but I know he PC. They did not want him to take this stand. He is hurting them right now. You hear me? We gonna get to it though.
got to talking. He was telling him, like, when he talking around the phone, take the phones outside.
Who was he telling to take the phone?
He telling Quick that.
Okay.
Take the phones outside.
And then Quick take y'all's phones outside?
Yeah, I gave him my phone. He set them outside on the truck or whatever. And came back in and was like, yeah, this little C right here, this was the one that, you know what I'm saying, shot your woo. And
Hold on.
What is woo?
Well, basically saying this the one that shot it, woo. And this one of the ones that I got to, you know what I'm saying, that I got on the business too. And Juke basically like nodded his head like, y'all gonna get y'all money, y'all handle y'all business, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get y'all money.
What was person you described as Quick? What was Quick saying?
He was just letting him know that, I was one of the ones that he got on the business, that he had to put the work in or whatever.
Okay.
That he hired for the heat.
I'm gonna need you to slow that down. He the one that hired on the business to do what now?
Crazy work.
To make one of these, get a hit, do the hit.
I'd like to pass you a photograph.
Sturdy, I can go for that. Definitely go for that.
Do you recognize the person in that photograph?
Yeah, it is Quick and Big Juke.
Okay.
Quick and Juke.
Your Honor, if we could have that photograph entered into evidence as the next number you see.
No objection.
Are they gonna put it on the screen?
This is a picture of two gentlemen, with white shirts, t-shirts on that's been described by the witnesses, Quet and Big Joe. We'll mark this as exhibit.
You know, before we publish, I would simply just ask if you have a time frame with this photo as far as authentication goes.
So let me mark it. Mark this as exhibit 4 for this hearing. Still,
Do you know when that photo was taken?
Nah, I don't know nothing about that photo. I don't know when it was taken.
That photo simply identifies the people you described
Yeah.
as
Quick.
Quit and Juke.
Just get on.
Any objection to permission to publish? Right?
yes.
Yeah, I would say that if it doesn't work. But the individual you described as Juke, is he on the left or right of this photo?
From my end, he's on the right, the big guy, right on the right.
He's on the right. And the individual on the left, who is that?
That's Quick.
And Juke is the person, do you know his government name?
No, now since I've been locked up, Anthony Mills, since I've been locked up.
And Quit, you know it's Hernandez Govan, is
Yeah,
that correct?
and there you go, man.
At some point, I'm sure you all exchange phone numbers.
Me and Quick, I
Okay,
never
and
had Juke no.
you never had Juke's number?
Nah, never had no contact with Juke, like how to get into the Juke.
So any conversation about bounties went through Govan, is that
And
correct?
Govan the one that did all the talking.
What name was Quit's saved into your phone?
I hit up on the bro.
Bro? Okay. And how many different phone numbers did you get?
He had two different numbers.
But they were both under your phone as bro.
Bro.
Alright, so at some point, there was more information given, I guess, about the bounties, is that correct?
Yeah, about the balance, it was coming close to Thanksgiving or whatever.
Alright, well, let's back up, let's get back to sometime before it starts to get cool. Go back. Was there another individual that was brought into this? Justin who?
Johnson.
Okay, and how did you meet Justin Johnson?
I met him through Quick as well.
At what point did you meet him through Quick?
Like around the time we did that, they hit on paper out Woo. When we went and shot at him, like that was like my first initial meet with him around that time.
And you said you met him through Quick or Mr. Govan. How did you meet him? Describe it.
When they found out that Woo was at the house or whatever, me and Bobby would call, and he called Justin up too, and we all met up at his house.
And who's he?
Quick House. We all met up at Quick House, and me and Bobby jumped in one vehicle, and Justin and another guy jumped in another vehicle.
But he was putting you all together.
Yeah, Quick put all of us together.
Okay, and you didn't know Justin before this day.
No man,
Ever seen him?
never seen him, never met him, don't knew nothing about him.
All right, so some point we'll get to November, but what was your interaction with Justin over the course from when you met him?
After we did that and the gun jammed over paper out Woo, Justin then went back and told Quick that me and Bobby so-called messed it up or whatever. So, Quick was like, y'all had y'all masks on. Justin them told him we ain't have our masks on. I ain't have my mask.
Govan knew that this was going on and he asked
Right,
you to have
he
a
the one
mask.
gave me the gun to go out there.
And he asked that you have a mask.
Right, he asked me. And he was saying like Justin was telling him that we messed it up or whatever, and that's when Bob was like, he ain't doing nothing with nobody, he ain't getting involved in it or whatever, because Quick believe everything Justin them say, and at that time, we basically tell him,
Man, Bobby, you made a smart move to stop fucking with these boys, man. Let's be honest.
me like get with Johnson and get with Justin and you know what I'm saying? Handle the big, you want to get this money. Since Bobby acting like he acting, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you said.
Since Bobby acting like he acting, he told me to get with Justin and them, you know, since Bobby had pulled out of it.
Oh, Govan told you to get with Justin?
Yeah, Quick told me to get with Justin.
Okay. And what reason was he telling you to get with Justin?
So we could find one of the around any artists to get this money, you know. And
so, what would Govan gain out of you all getting a bounty or hit on one of the paper route?
he was getting a cut out of it. You know, he supposed to got $10,000 for me.
No matter who you hit or if it was.
Nah, Young Dolph, he supposed to get 10,000. I did 100,000. I did 50,000. I was getting, he was getting 10,000.
So throughout the summer, going into the fall, did you and Justin and Govan ever meet?
Yeah, we'll meet up over Quick House. Like we'll go over Quick House and that's what we always met up at over Quick House.
And then what was the purpose of meeting there?
Really, like, we'll meet up over Quick House to talk about a lot of things, basically, you know, about a ban on somebody, finding somebody. You know, sometimes we'll watch games over there. You know, we'll be over there about a lot of things, basically.
But for Govan, you wouldn't have met Justin?
Nah, I wouldn't have met Justin if it wasn't for Quick.
Prior to Mr. Govan telling you about bounties on these PRE individuals or rappers, artists, were you aware that there were bounties?
No, man. I had no idea about it.
Were you aware of who the PRE artists were?
I knew about Young Dolph, but I didn't know about none of these other artists or nothing like that. I had to Google them. I had to actually Google them. Once he told me, I had to really Google them to find out.
So there would be, like, throughout the summer, you all would meet and he would talk about the bounty.
Talk about the bounty on them. And first we like, man, I was thinking to myself, it's impossible to get Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can get no Young Dolph. But, you know, I was thinking to myself that was impossible. So, you know, I had to Google the other guys to see who they were.
Oh, fast forward. Let's get to November. Look, it's the week before Thanksgiving. What was going on there?
He was telling us, you know, they got turkey.
Who was he?
Quick, Govan, quit. I mean, he was telling us that, you know, they had turkey drive. Each artist had a different day where they were doing turkey drive or whatever, and you know, that's our opportunity. We can make some shake in.
You said make some shake. What's shake?
Like try to catch them and, you know, get the money. Do what he don't want to.
Were you aware about this turkey drive prior to Govan telling you that?
Nah, cause I don't know nothing about what paper route do, so nah, I wasn't.
Did you listen to their music before, or did you?
I listen to Young Dolph, but I ain't listen to his artist. I ain't know who his artist was. I listen to Dolph.
So, Govan was telling you about the turkey drive.
Right.
I'm sorry.
He was telling me and just.
Were y'all together when he was telling you?
Right, at his house.
At his house. Did he mention the bounty again? Did he mention the money?
Well, we had already knew the prices on majority of their heads, basically. On everybody else doing the turkey drive, we had already knew the prices already.
Including Dolph.
Including Dolph.
And let's go to November the 6th. 16th of 2021. What were you and Justin doing that day?
Well, he had called me up, came and picked me up. We had went because they had to take a drive in South Memphis somewhere. And me and him was out, we riding, trying to get one of the artists that day that was doing the drive down there. And as we was out there, I got out on foot. There was a lot of folks out there standing with guns with us. Justin was in the car. And he called me and told me that he had got a call that young Dolph was at a gas station up the street from where we was at. So I ran back to the truck and I jumped back in the truck. When we got to the gas station, Dolph was gone. So we rode around for a minute, then he dropped me back off at the house. And I laid down that night and he was like, tomorrow we go back out and see what's up.
So on the 16th, at any point, did you think, okay, maybe we have a shot at getting Dolph?
Yeah, because we knew he was in town. We knew Dolph was in the city then, and we knew that tomorrow we were full-fledged then. We know we anything in shape right now. We gonna get somebody. We gonna strike. Tomorrow is our day. We gonna strike somebody. We gonna get lucky tomorrow.
And at any point, did you all have this conversation with Mr. Govan?
Yeah, we were telling him like we really getting close. We getting fed up with playing. We finna get somebody basically. And he was like, y'all do y'all thing. Handle y'all business.
And in return, you all were supposed to, you expected to be getting money, son.
Right.
Because that's what he promised you.
All right.
So let me ask you also, is one of those, Justin, what did he do for a living?
He was a rapper.
At any point, did you all participate in a music video or anything?
Yeah, I was called by Mr. Govan to be in the video because I don't know Justin like that. So I was in the video, but I didn't want to be in it, so I put a mask on my face.
And when was this video shot?
Like in summertime of 21. I can't tell you the exact date, exact month, not like that,
But it was prior to, was that after
it
the
was
hit
after,
on?
it was after them. Yeah, it was after the
But prior to Dolph.
Dolph, right.
Okay. You have a photograph that is before you, previously been shown to the defense counsel. Do you recognize the contents of that photograph?
Yeah, mine.
And what is that photograph?
It's the photograph of us in front of the house where y'all found the car shooting a rap video.
And who's all in that video?
Justin, I don't know the other two guys. Hernandez Govan, I'm standing right behind Hernandez Govan with a mask on my face.
Young, if we could have that photograph and its evidence as the next number.
So this is a photograph with 5 individuals in the picture. Mr. Govan with a cap on. The witness describes himself standing behind Govan with a mask on. Individual with a red cap on. Is this Justin Johnson?
Yeah, fine.
Justin Johnson in the picture with the baseball cap on, holding a sack of money. We'll mark this as exhibit 5 to this hearing.
We just asked when that supposedly was. I think you may have
He's
said,
already said it.
so he doesn't know this one.
Hold on, let's mark this and then you can ask your question before. You want to ask questions?
I ask you again, do you recall when this was taken? Or the video, excuse me, the photograph that you were just looking at, not this one, but the The one you just handed to
That was the video. I don't know what month it was. I don't know like exact time it was, but I know it was sometime.
It was
It was after the paper I movie. That's all I can say. Like,
Your Honor, who published the picture?
Yes.
Could you describe for the jury what we're looking at here?
there's the video shoot of us at the house across the street from Quick House, across the street from Hernandez Govan house.
Who is this individual?
I don't know him.
Who is this?
That's Justin Jones.
Who is this individual?
I don't know who that is.
Who is this?
That's Hernandez Govan.
And who is this individual?
That's me right there.
Why did you have a mask on?
Cause I wasn't part of their little crew, and you know I ain't want to bring no little beef upon myself. He asked me to be quick, and then they go in and asked me to be in the video. That's why I'm standing like right behind him, cause I ain't know nothing about that.
So we're gonna, I know I'm doing some time warping. But this was summertime. We're gonna go back to November, at this point, November 17th. Right? What was going on that morning? What do you recall about that morning? November 17th, 2021.
It was actually my daughter's birthday. I woke up, I had a missed call from Justin Johnson. So I don't know if I called him back or he called me back, but somehow he got on the phone. We was on the phone, and he was telling me that he was finna pull up on me.
And did you plan to meet him that day?
Yeah, we had been out the day before, you know, on the turkey drive. Well, now that's when they told us Dolph was at the gas station, but he was gone. So the next day we went to another turkey drive. So we were gonna get up that day and, you know, try to get to that turkey drive.
So this was Wednesday, would you say? If you recall?
I can't recall.
It was November
17th,
17th.
my daughter's birthday.
So how long from when you received a call from Justin to when he came to get you?
He was close by, so it was like a couple minutes. He was close by. It wasn't long. He was close by.
And I don't know if I asked you before, but how far from Mr. Govan's house to your house? How was that far?
Nah, it wasn't far. A couple minutes. It wasn't far.
So he wasn't far because he came pretty quickly once
He
was on
came
the-
fast.
Okay. And when he arrived, what type of vehicle was he?
He was in a white Mercedes Benz.
Had you ever seen him in that white Mercedes
Nah, I
Benz?
ain't never seen that car before.
What car would you normally see him
In an SUV, like a white truck or something.
in? And did you ask him why he had this?
I ain't asked no questions. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't asked no questions. I just jumped on in there because I knew we was on a mission.
At this point, had your mission changed to Dolph knowing that he was in town?
Yeah, anybody, at this point, anybody, like in paper, right? Anybody.
If you just coming in,
So,
this is Cornelius Smith on the stand,
and where did he pick you up from?
Picked me
accused,
up from my father's house.
no, admitted,
Once he
he
picked me
admitted
up,
to be one
we
of
went
the
back to
trigger men
right in front of
unalive in the
Govan.
Dolph
Then
exit
they Govan house
in the footage below,
And
right?
that on Bradley Street.
on Bradley Street.
Testifying
When you went
against
back
Hernandez
to
Govan,
his house on Bradley Street, what did you do then?
He jumped out the
said to
car.
be the mastermind inside of the
Grabbed somebody in
Demise.
suburban truck.
Could I ask, we identify who the he's are? It's getting very confusing with the hearsay.
I think Ms. Taylor was going to do it. She's been doing a pretty good job at it.
We've got a lot of theys and he's, and it's very confusing.
That's why I asked. So the he that jumped out the car, who is the he?
Justin Johnson jumped out the car, and he jumped out the white Mercedes Benz and grabbed something out of his SUV that he had parked by across the street from where his house is, right?
And
Now you can see they got everything on the screen, y'all. They got the video that we ain't play that one, but as you can see, they're using the music video. That's why we calling it the hidden agenda, because at the end of the day, allegedly, fair use, a certain team in the music industry had beef with another side of the music industry, and it spilled out of town. As you, well, maybe if you didn't see the beginning of this live, it was 3 attempts on Dolph life previous to this, 2 in North Carolina and 1 in LA. He would meet his demise in his own city where he was born, where he grew up, by people who knew him. The man just said he even liked this music. You couldn't have liked this music that much, or was it the greed inside your heart that when you heard 100,000, you was willing to do anything? Let's go.
I didn't ask you. Where is this house?
Across the street from Hernandez Govan house. Where we'll
Across the
park
street.
it or hang out it. We'll park in front of his house and go to his house. Hang out. Go to
Okay, hold on.
Hernandez Govan
You
house.
go to he, all right. You
Go to
park in front of Govan's house.
We park at their house and to go over Mr. Hernandez Govan house. Hang out.
All right. All right. So Justin got out of the car, opened the door or something to the SUV, got something out.
Right.
Did he get back in?
Yes, ma'am. He got back in and we took off.
Okay. Do you know what he got out of the car?
No, man. I can't remember.
All right. You previously mentioned that you all were kind of on a hunt.
Right.
When you go hunting, you have guns.
Right.
Did you have a gun?
Justin Johnson already had the guns in the car. Prior to me getting in, they was already in the car.
Did you all have masks?
Yes, man. I had my own mask, my own gloves, and Justin Johnson had his own mask and gloves.
At some point, did you put these masks and gloves on?
Yes, ma'am. Once Justin grabbed something out of the white SUV, we proceeded on heading towards Westwood area. And as we got to Lamont Airways at the light, young Dolph come driving by. They come driving across the light. And we spotted the car. We were like, there they go. We proceeded to trail them.
Trail.
Young Dolph.
And what did you do then? Oh, let me ask you, did you make any phone calls?
I didn't make any phone calls at the time. I did.
Did Justin make any phone calls once you all spotted that Dolph?
No, ma'am. I don't recall.
Spot Dolph, what did you all do then?
We proceeded to follow them. We followed them. They pulled inside the cookie store. We made the block. And when we made the loop, I jumped out. I spotted Dolph inside the store at first. I jumped out. Just proceeded to shoot inside the restaurant.
Will it be enough? I mean, I do find it interesting that the state is starting off the trial day one with Cornelius. Maybe because it's such a concrete, not such a concrete, maybe it's one of their most concrete pieces of evidence. A witness himself, the one who allegedly gunned down Dolph. Is this a good move for them? Will we hear? I'm pretty sure we will hear from the defense today, but I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty much cut and dry, man. He telling everything. He telling everything.
I'd like to show you what has previously been marked as exhibit number 3. Take a
Makita's cookie show shop where young Dolph and them pull it in.
Is that the vehicle that you saw previously?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you all?
By that time we had already, like, we was at the light. We had went down to the light to make the block.
You gesturing this way, so you're the light coming this way.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this is important because they could always say that he's just lying and it's not him. So he's telling them exactly what he did. He is the
Could you see
reason
when he got out, when Dolph got out of the car?
No, ma'am.
that this case got busted open. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. Let's get the lights up too, y'all. We need at least 100 likes on this before it ends. Easy. Young Dolph trial, Hernandez Govan, day one. It's heating up pretty fast. I ain't gonna lie. This is critical testimony right now.
What are we looking at here?
That's the white Mercedes Benz we was in.
And were you the passenger or were you the driver?
I was the passenger.
This individual.
That's me. That's me.
Said that's me.
And is this the gun that Justin had already in the car when you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
My God. RP Dolph. Let's get the Dolphs. Let's get the Dolphins in the chat, man. Spam the chat with the Dolphins, man. It's a shame. And I don't know if he gonna cry or they're gonna let him cry about it. He definitely, it was return fire in this situation. Dolph was with his brother. Prayers for his brother who had to go through this in real time. Prayers to the whole family, to his children, to his mama, to his fiance, who's raising his kids. This wasn't no accident. It was on purpose. He just explained how he know Govan. It was his plug. He used to sell them pills. And then one day he asked him about if he wanted to make some money. And he showed him the catalog, aka the menu. And Dolph was on it. But he wasn't the only person. They wanted the biggest fish. They were greedy. At the end of the day, the greed got them in the spot that they can't get out of.
You see another individual that came to the frame. Who is that individual?
They came into the frame.
That was on the video. We saw you get out. Big gun. Who else was got out of the car?
Oh, they were just a jump.
Who?
What were you all planning to do?
Well, once we saw young Dolph, we planning to go and kill him. Go and take him out.
Well, how far from when you saw Dolph on, was it Airways?
Yes, ma'am.
How far from when you saw, how long did it take from once you saw Dolph on Airways to once you actually got out the car and started shooting?
Couple minutes. It wasn't a good 10 minutes. It wasn't 5. It was about 5 at the most for red lights.
Okay. We'll go back to the videos once technical. Maybe.
According to the music, ain't no stopping at no red lights. Let's talk about it. At the end of the day, all this killing that he doing, he gonna definitely see
So
some
in
prison
the
time
5 minutes or
for
so
sure.
from when you all spotted Dolph's vehicle
But we gonna
to
see.
when you all started shooting, uh, what did you and Justin say to each other?
We didn't say nothing. It was just like once we saw him, we didn't say nothing. We knew it was go time. Just, I knew it was go time. Like, might as well go on get it over with now.
Did
Good
you,
I
God
jumped
Almighty.
out.
did you have a phone on you on that day?
Yes, man. I had put my phone in the glove compartment of the car,
Why'd you do that?
so I wouldn't drop it when I jumped out the car or nothing like that.
So did you put it in the glove compartment when you first got in the car or after you saw Dolph?
When I first got in the car, I put
Lord have mercy. Y'all see what it's going, right? He knew he was gonna tell, and he wanted to be one of the first to tell because he knew that he put his phone in that glove compartment. Idiot. You know how cell towers work. This is 2000 and this about 5 years ago or 4. Everybody still knew how cell towers work. If you're gonna be a criminal, that's part of your job. You should know. You should know how everything is. But he's claiming to be just a junkie who got hired by his plug to do missions. Now, Govan was a dummy for putting him on another mission where he just explained to the people in the court that his first mission was a failed attempt. Nobody wanted to work with him no more because he didn't even wear a mask. And now you talking about, oh, I left my phone inside the glove compartment. Yeah, so I don't drop it. Idiot. Shit crazy. Hopefully they don't give him immunity, but we just don't know. We don't know what kind of deal he worked for this testimony. When they do things
Actually,
like that.
the location that you all were at, that you shot at Dolph. What's that location here in Shelby County?
yes, ma'am.
Get them.
How y'all feel about that? Do he deserve immunity for this testimony? Do he deserve some type of lenient sentence? Straight drop his co-defendant who he's killing on and told on has already got life sentence without a chance to ever get out. Life without parole. Look at him. Look at him.
This individual,
It's me.
okay. Like,
They saying no. He was an idiot. They got look at the camera view. This time he wore his mask. This time he wore his mask, but it wouldn't matter because he told everything anyway. Come on, Jacob, let's go. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get the video. Let's get the live stream out there in the algorithm. Nobody else breaking it down like this. Feel free to drop down in the comments, chat with me. And
that
say,
you all
yeah, even though he did what he did,
pulling off
it's
in the
not
front.
for him taking
You
talking just
see
like
someone in
never get
the
yep.
frame in the shot
Yep.
coming out and shooting as well.
Yes,
Leave
man.
that up.
We had shot back at us, and I actually got hit twice.
Where did you get hit?
Got hit in my arm on the video.
Did Justin sustain any injury?
He got scraped on his back.
After you leave there, pull up, We have another video I'd like to show you, previously been marked as part of Exhibit 3. The video.
Crazy work. Dolph was a legend. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Big facts. Now they got the inside view. We looking from inside the shop. Oh man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Wait. Let me get the banner right. I don't know
Is
what
this
they
the cookie shop that you referred to?
Yes, ma'am.
get the banner. I'm sorry. All right, I had to get it ready just in case. You can see Dolph coming in the shop. Got his brother right there with him.
And could you see who was inside of the cookie store from once you got out of the car?
Oh, once we pulled in, that's
Oh,
when
have mercy.
I saw young Dolph like close to the glass, like, you know, bag up. That's when I saw where he was at, like location in the store, where his location was inside the store.
Is this the person to which you're referring?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, have mercy, man. Get the lights up. Let me get them Dolphins in the chat. He right by the window. Oh, they running up. Oh.
Was that you?
Oh shit.
Yes, man, that was me that ran it up, shooting inside the store.
I'm talking about his brother was. Hey, his brother went.
After the shooting happened, you're shot. Could you show the jury where you're shot at?
Yeah, hit my arm right here. Now it hit my leg, right, scraped on my
We're
leg.
not gonna actually show
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What did you all do once you were here?
Once
Thank
we
you,
left
thank
the
you,
cookie
thank
shop, I was telling Justin I was hit. He like, I'm hit too. He was driving. Justin was driving at the time, so I was asking him, is he okay? So we won't crash or anything, you know, run into nothing. We went back to the house in front of Mr. Hernandez Govan house, and I jumped out the Mercedes Benz and jumped into a Suburban truck and moved on out the way. Mr. Justin parked.
Let me stop for a minute. When you all were planning to get hits on any of the PRA guys, and then even once you saw
Go
Dolph,
man, you're going down,
you
buddy.
have a plan as to what you were gonna do after.
Not necessarily. We was going back because we ain't know we were gonna get shot. Ain't nobody know we were gonna get
You
shot.
didn't plan on getting shot.
No man, that wasn't part of the plan.
Had you not got shot, was there a plan in place?
We probably would have just took the car back, you know, jumped in another car, went and burnt the car up, something like that. But we both got shot or whatever, and I was bleeding tremendously bad. We took the car back in front of Mr. Hernandez Govan, across the street from Mr. Hernandez Govan house.
Across the street.
We jumped in the truck. We were trying to get cleaned up, so we were trying to find somewhere for us to go.
Who was he?
Keep dropping.
Justin was trying
Trying to find somewhere for us to go. And in the meantime, he had FaceTime Big Juke, let him know that, you know, that was like our work.
Oh my
You
god.
all want your money then, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Promise to give you your money today.
He told us he'd get with us when he got done with his kids or whatever. When he got up, one of the other.
But you didn't have Juke's number,
No, man.
so he couldn't get with you directly.
No, man. He couldn't.
Boy, you cook. If that's the lawyer sitting next to him, oh yeah, he overcooked. If that's his lawyer sitting next to him, no disrespect to her, but he's overcooked. They said that you was the in between, the middleman. You needed 10 rackaroos 10 racks a piece from each individual for something that they did. You deserve a rat. If you had that type of ties, you could have just did your own work, but you scurry. You a coward. You are nothing. You waive your right to have sympathy for you. Cornelius, you told everything. But if he didn't, y'all, would it be justice for Dolph? What happened when your shooter go bad? The streets is dead. The streets don't love nobody. Cornelius, he told Cornelius was sketchy from the jump. He had a pill popping addiction. And Govan knew it. He knew it.
Get with me directly.
So how would he have been able to get with you?
I would have had to go through Mr. Hernandez Govan or Justin Johnson.
Alright, so no plan as to what y'all were gonna do after whoever y'all hit that day. You happen to hit Dolph.
Yes, ma'am.
Hit Dolph. You go back where? You go to the.
We go across the street from Mr. Hernandez Govan house. We swap vehicles. And now that's when I had went too fast. This when Justin was trying to find somewhere for us to go.
Trapper.
But he had FaceTime Juke first, and then let him know he was spelling out Dolph. And then
When you said he was spelling out Dolph,
like
was he going to
jailhouse,
D-O?
jailhouse spit.
In American Sign Language he was doing Dolph?
Nah, it's different.
Niggas thought they was goddamn smart because they hopped on the video call and he was spelling that in the air. He was air spelling it. Imagine using your fingers and spelling off that's all work and then spelling off. Ain't no need of being secretive, nigga. They got the video. Nigga was so greedy. They had to think that they was gonna get some money. What happened to Jook? Has anybody seen anybody trying to find out? They don't want to know. Look, the streets already know what happened to Jook. Ain't no mystery. The same thing that happened to Dolph, it happened to Jook. You know why? Because what's done in the dark will always come to the light, and karma be spinning. Spinning and spinning and spinning. Don't get tired. So what you reap, you gon' sow. Look at this man's face. That is the face of somebody who know they are going down. Do y'all think he can get out of this? He's not going to testify. He waived that a long time ago. He's not the one giving the information, y'all. We can clearly see where the information in detail is coming from. One of his ex-junkies turned flunky. Subscribe. Hit the like button.
Okay, some more.
He was telling them that they was at work basically pretty much. And he like he'd get with us when he get up. And then he was trying to find somewhere for us to go so we could clean up or whatever because I was bleeding extremely bad. Like
because you got hit.
Bleeding. And he had found somewhere for us to go. And that was in 2-line apartment. We went there to clean up or whatnot. And we had called Mr. Hernandez Govan because I had left my phone in the car too. And he was like, man, y'all saw in the video, dude came and got shooting. So the glass was shattered. So when I got out the car in front of his house, the glass had shattered on the floor. So he was like, man, y'all got.
Oh, man, y'all got this car parked my house, man. Man, y'all got this car parked, man. The glass shattered, man. Man, y'all hot, man. Man, y'all need to get low, man. Hey, man. God damn, man. That's when he knew. He couldn't even got down. He told Jook, boy, don't do it. The last thing he needed was to got down, call Jook and tell him got down whoop the whoop. But he was so greedy that he did. Even though he knew it was a sloppy job, he still called Jook. which will come out in the evidence, which has been corroborated in his witness testimony. That Big Jook, who is no longer with us, by the way, y'all. Crazy work. That Big Jook had the $100,000. One of the highest on the menu, the catalog, whatever you want to call it. Brought the down Stolo, a hot Mercedes Benz parked right across the street from Govan house. And now he calling about, hey man, goddamn man, look, the window's busted out. What happened to that Ring doorbell footage, Govan? I wonder in this trial, will we see that surface? Because you can remove it from your door, but you cannot remove it from the Ring people. They about to speak of the apartments. It's funny how they got every angle, even when you went to the apartments. Don't forget, y'all, the apartments video came out along with the video that you see below with Justin Johnson with the book bag after he did the what you call it. What they did not expect when they clapped was the clap back. That's what that changed everything. They panicked. They parked the car back. The car had to shatter window because of the clap back when Dolph brother jumped into action. The bravery, man. Salute. That's a real stand-up brother. Like no other. Jumped into action and he ain't run from the situation. Let's give it up. He ain't run from the situation. He ran to the situation, grabbed the situation, and aimed it at the situation. I don't care if Cornelius is on the stand crying about how he got hit. The clap back.
Yeah, shit everywhere, basically. You know what I'm saying? I got all these.
But hold on, Govan was saying it
to us that we had the glass and shit on in the street.
so he knew it was y'all.
Yeah, he knew it was us. He knew it was us. So I was like, man, give my phone out the car. I like, give my phone. I left my phone in the car too. Give my phone at the car. He like, all right, meet me where I get my car wash shit. So I like, all right, bet. Say no more. So we had cleaned up in White Haven. Once we cleaned up in White Haven, I had called my girl.
Hold on. You called your girl. But the apartments, you said they were 2 lane. Are they known by any other name?
Yo, I know him by 2 lane.
Okay, it's been 2 lane. 2 lane apartments.
Yeah, because I'm 2 lane.
Where were they at?
In White Haven, off Sherwood Drive,
In
in
2
2 lane
All
street.
right. You previously looked at video. We are fingers crossed that videos are going to work this time. You previously looked at videos regarding it would be the Gospel Garden apartment. Would that be correct? Is this
I guess this name was I didn't know the name. I remember by 2 lane.
Okay, but it's video of you arriving
Yes, ma'am.
and video of you leaving.
Got all that.
I can pass forward. What do you call it?
Oh, it's the clip that you had showing. That video of us leaving the park.
And how do you know that that's the clip?
Because I had an initiative after I watched it.
Your Honor, if we could have that, and then it's evidence as the next number.
Show us the clip. The initial.
This is a brown envelope which contains the zip drive. The envelope is marked video clips from Haven Court arriving and leaving. We'll mark this as exhibit 6.
Now, I'm gonna ask for permission to publish with fingers crossed, but you could actually publish it. This Is this where you all went to?
Yes, ma'am.
And I say you all, I mean you and Justin.
Me and just, yes, ma'am.
I should have known they was gonna bring this back. They did this the same footage they used in the first trial, which this is the same trial, but this the sequel. This time Hernandez Govan is in front of the court and he's explaining his part. Well, no. He's fighting his innocence, and we're seeing his part being explained by his co-defendant, the alleged gunman who admitted that it was him. We just seen it live. This is them pulling up after switching cars from the Mercedes to the truck, going to the apartments to, as they said, clean themselves up because Dolph's brother definitely clapped back. In other words, he shot back. And then you about to see him in the same clothing get out. And I can't tell you where this video come from, but wow, look at the clarity.
Who are we seeing here?
It's me and Justin getting out the truck. That was me on the driver's side, my shirt up because I've been shot and trying to hold it.
Wow.
Once you're inside, what do you all do?
It's hard to get there like this.
He had called somebody.
He's dropping them down.
Justin had called somebody from a wound kit or
A
whatever.
wound?
A wound kit from Walgreens. So I could clean up. We both could clean up or whatnot. Like I said, I had called my girl to come get me.
Who's your girl?
I had called my girl to come get me, and we also contacted Mr. Hernandez Govan. And I was telling him to get my phone and my car, and that's when he was telling me
Out of the car?
out their car, yeah,
The white
Mercedes. And that's when he was telling me to meet him where he get his car washed.
And where did he get his car washed?
Pressure wear.
And how did you know that's where he gets his car washed?
Because I had been up there with him before getting car washed.
And at some point, you leave their apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you leave?
My girl came and picked me up.
And your girl? Does the
Miss
girl have a
Angela.
name?
Miss Angela came and picked me up.
You previously mentioned all this video, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What are we looking at here?
Other than me and Justin walking out, he getting in the white SUV, and I'm walking to Miss Angela's truck. Getting
Did you call your girl, Miss Ann?
nah.
What did you call her?
Oh, baby.
Okay. Got any baby truck? Have y'all left at this point?
No, ma'am.
Why hadn't you left?
I was actually waiting on Justin to pull out, so we pull out at the same time.
that?
It's Justin walking up to the truck where me and Uncle was in. I was waiting on him. I told her not to pull off until he pulled off.
Why didn't you want to pull off before the pull?
Because I know we just did a hit, so it was really like, looking after him at the time. And then we both were shot. Well, he was straight, but I was shot. So I just really made sure you pulled that one out.
I got a different idea. I think he wanted to follow the money. He wasn't about to take his eyes off
Justin,
that man
know
till
you
he got
used
paid.
his
Let's be
phone
honest.
for, when you were calling quick. Over the course of the summer, you all getting to know each other. Did you have Justin's number?
Well, along the way, that's when Hernandez Govan was like, y'all just swap out numbers, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he gave me, Hernandez Govan gave me just the number.
And what do you have the number that Govan gave you? Say it.
For Justin?
For Justin, yes.
Lil' bro.
Lil' bro. Lil' bro and Lil' bro.
Yes, mom.
We only hoped it was going to be more explicit. It was simple.
Did Justin have more than one number?
I believe so. Yes, mom.
Did Justin come back out?
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder if Justin is still in Canada or did he already get sent down the road? Brunson say, an education has to be the worst thing to waste in Memphis. I see that now. Let's go. Feel free to hop in the comments, man.
The vehicle Justin bleeding?
Y'all let me know how y'all feel
Yes,
about
ma'am.
this
That
entire
this is me and
situation and what we've been
Right.
watching, what we've been reacting.
Angela driver.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Taylor, I think this is a good place for us to stop for lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, don't speak to each other about the cookie purse thus far. We've got a little ways to go. Eat your lunch, enjoy your lunch, enjoy your break, and we are going to start back up at 2:15. Okay. All right. Let's break for 2:15.
Court stands on recess to 2:15.
So there we have it. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to pick up where we left off, chat with y'all real quick. I'm gonna let y'all eat. We're gonna take a break, but before we take a break, we're gonna be back, y'all. We're gonna be back in about an hour's time, right? But check this out. Let me answer this question. King Lewis said, how long do you think they going to get? Well, as far as the first co-defendant, the first gunman, he already been sentenced, and he had got a life sentence without parole. When it comes to Hernandez Govan, I predict he gets a life sentence without parole as well. Now, what's gonna really make people talk and what's gonna cause some controversy is Cornelius. Cornelius, I can't tell y'all what he gonna get. It's up in the air because his witness testimony has been proven one of the most important pieces to this puzzle. It's not hearsay if he is the one himself. You hear me? See, hearsay can get you a long way. But when the lawyer, which we haven't even heard from the defense team, but hearsay is when you don't really know because you just heard. This man ain't saying this here. He's saying that's me. We just seen him say that's me. That's me. When he was pointing to himself as a gunman. Now we are reacting to this whole entire situation. Now, this is his co-defendant. You see, who in their right mind would make a music video after doing something like what they did? You hear me? Not only did he make a music video, he was flashing a lot of money in that music video. Who coordinated all the black vehicles to pull up? Could that possibly be somebody higher than himself? And was he really connected to Jook? Did Jook use any of his brother's resources in any of this? Because if he did, it could leave a paper trail all the way back to an organization that we all know very, very well coming out of that Memphis. This is only day one. I appreciate everybody who came in and hit that like button, who shared out the video. Let's go back real quick before we get up out of here to this, what we just reacted to.
Before Cornelius Smith was arrested, he ran into Govan. Govan was concerned. Govan was worried that Cornelius Smith had not been paid. And so what did he tell Smith? He told Smith that he was going to go to Privé to make sure Smith got his money. Privé is a lounge and restaurant that's affiliated with CMG artists. Ladies and gentlemen, choices. A choice to get two desperate people to agree to murder Adolph Thornton. A choice to guarantee them money. A choice to ask for a cut of that money. A choice to help one of the killers get his phone back after the murder. A choice to make sure that one of the killers got paid after the murder. Choices. When you hear all of the evidence, and when you hear all of the videos and look at all of the photos and exhibits, you will see the consequences of Govan's actions. Violence, death, loss. A man, a human being, taken from this world in one of the most shocking of ways, getting cookies for his family in broad daylight in his neighborhood during the holidays. At the end of this week, the state will be asking you, the jury, to make a choice. The defendant is charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and first-degree murder. Last week in jury selection, we talked about theories of conspiracy and criminal responsibility. And once you have heard all of the evidence, the state will ask you to make a choice and find Hernandez Govan guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Thank you.
Need to switch the screen. Switch the screen. just gonna take a minute and switch it over.
That's not me. I think the screen right about that. Right, but it went away.
What happened?
Did he have an interest in the outcome? He's then met with the prosecution at least 5 or 6 times to go over his testimony prior to testifying here today. So you should ask yourself the question when the judge instructed you, does somebody have a reason to lie? Do they have an interest in the outcome? You are caught red-handed on video, and you're about to see it in a second, taking an AK-47 and lighting it up at a cookie store in broad daylight. He's facing a mandatory life sentence, as I'm going to question him about. And I ask each and every one of you, what would you do if you were facing a mandatory life sentence to get out of it? Why would you need to make so many different statements if you were telling the truth? Because remember, the truth is the truth. You don't need to practice it. You don't need to remember it. It's the truth. So let's see who the government has gotten in bed with to try to prove their case against Hernandez Govan. Robert? So the man you have to believe is the man who's capable of, in broad daylight, carrying an AK-47, going into a store full of people, and just, without hesitation, opening fire. And he's the one that's going to tell you that Mr. Govan did this, this, and this. Nothing that he says can be validated. The other thing the government's going to try to talk to you about is cell phone tower records. The expert that the government may call, or if they don't call him, I'll call him, will tell you tower records are inherently unreliable because it's not like on TV. There's a reason why all the engineers from the cell phone.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I gotta give it up one more time. Hey, to fault security, Dolph brother was his security that day, and man, he was on a top. Do you hear me? That man did not run from the danger. He ran straight to the situation, grabbed the situation, and took aim at the situation. And now they crying, whining, and lying, whatever you want to call it, about how they got hit because you got clapped, because they clapped back. You can see what looked to me, they math, but I'm just guessing. If he said he was the first one to hop out, then we seen a taller person. That is Cornelius. He's so scared, the damn gun is down there dancing within his arms. He can't control it. That was too much firepower, not only for Dolph, body to take, but for him to even wield the weapon. And that was just one of the weapons used, y'all. They deserve to spend the rest of their lives.
Providers, T-Mobile, AT&T specifically write in their letters, they will not testify in court because of unreliability. The other thing you have to know, and Robert put up the slide, within a 10 square mile area of where all this happened, there are 553 T-Mobile towers. 553 just from T-Mobile. And it's hard to see this because there's so many. There will be more AT&T towers. There will be this, essentially over 1,000 towers out there. And what the expert will tell you is, this isn't an exact science. Just because your phone pings on a certain tower doesn't mean you were there. See, towers get filled up, and you may have to transfer the next tower near. All these people live within a couple of mile radius, so of course it's going to hit all these towers. But there is 553 just from T-Mobile within that area where all this happened. They've talked to you about conspiracy and how Govan picked these two individuals. The state chooses to cherry pick a little bit here and a little bit there from each of the statements. But let me play a 5-second clip about how all this supposedly happened. I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying Govan was involved in one way, shape, or form. But if you want to believe Cornelius Smith, the AK-47 shooter, and God knows how many other shootings he's done, then he'll talk about it. I want you to listen to this.
It was one day me and Allegedl was out riding, and I wanted some X pills, so I went to Quay House to get the X pills from him, and Juke was over there. And when I walked in, there was one quick told Juke, this little seat right here, and my little Juke was like, he don't know. First, he said, take all the phones outside, you know. He ain't say my phone, he was saying quit phone, but I passed my phone to make it feel comfortable. So, took the phone outside, and Juke was like, hit him out of here, get him, he got us. And I can't recall like exactly when it was, but that's what he said.
All right. So the state just told you to your face that Mr. Govan picked out two desperate people. Cornelius Smith, if you are to believe him, says in his statement, I just happened to be going by Quet's house, Govan's house, to buy some ecstasy pills with my girlfriend. Juke happened to be there. He doesn't say Quet said a word. Juke says there's a hit on everybody, and I got you. And Juke says, take the phones outside while I talk to you. Assuming you believe any of that's true. And the reason I ask you if you think any of that's true is the police never went to question Juke, aka Anthony Mims, or Yogati, or any of the people with CMG. Never once even tried to do an interview. So this is as plain as day. Juke said do it. Quet didn't say anything. Quet lives in the poorest part of Memphis in Orange Mountain. Sells a few ecstasy pills to make a living and hustles with some sports gambling. He's a nobody, and that's why I asked you about the peers. He's a throwaway that they can blame. Why did they not talk to Juke or anybody else with CMG? Ever. Now, Juke ended up getting killed in 2024, 2.5 years after the fact. Never arrested, never talked to, never interviewed, never pursued, never surveilled, nothing. The judge also told you when you assess credibility, you need to look at how well you remember this thing. Cornelius Smith cannot even tell you when he was propositioned to go kill somebody. The shooting happened in November 17, 2021. And the best the police can say is that this meeting, where just randomly happened, as Cornelius himself has said, was sometime between August and September, 3 months prior to the shooting taking place. 3 months. He will tell you there's no plan. All he was told by Juke was there's a price on their heads. And that's kind of funny because when the cops, if they testify honestly, will tell you there have been multiple attempts on Mr. Dolph's life. Twice in Charlotte by other folks and once in Los Angeles. Everybody in Memphis. knew there was a price on their head because there was a war between PRE and CMG. They were shooting each other. Yo Gotti's car was shot up here. The song 100 Shots came up after one of these things. There's a rivalry going on and people have been shooting. The police went through this. They know this. They also pulled YouTube videos where people are openly threatening to kill Dolph. It's in their slideshow. You know what they call their investigation? Operation Cookie Monster. That's how tasteful this whole thing has gotten with these folks. I'm sorry, my arms are shaking because I'm so furious that we're here as far as the trial goes. So the other thing the government hasn't told you when we talk about first impressions is, for weeks prior to the November 17, 2021 shooting, nobody called Govan, talked to him, did anything, be it Justin Johnson or Cornelius Smith. What Cornelius will tell you, which the government didn't tell you, is that morning, it was Cornelius's daughter's birthday, but he gets a call from Justin Johnson and says, I got a car, let's go do something. They get in the car and they start driving around, just looking for somebody to kill. They just happened to see young Dolph's car going by, and they open fire, and they kill him. And the interesting thing is, even though nobody communicated with Govan for weeks prior to this, they didn't talk to him that morning. He didn't help them get the car. He didn't help them escape. He didn't tell them what to do. He didn't tell them where to go. He didn't do anything. It was a spontaneous issue between two young men that morning. They shot him. And you know why there's no plan? Because they just start calling random people after the shooting. They don't call Govan. They have to go someplace to get bandaged up as far as that goes. The people that help them never been charged as accessories to anything. They then get rid of whatever they need to get rid of. They left the car across the street from Govan's house on the middle of the street, in front of the street. So if there's some master plan, that may be one of the dumbest plans you could possibly have if you're going to kill the most important person, the most famous person in Memphis, as far as that goes. Again, there were no phone contacts for weeks prior to the shooting, especially in the morning. Govan wouldn't know that the Mercedes was used. The only way anybody finds out is social media blows up right away, and multiple people start calling Justin Johnson, including Govan, who knows him, because the word's out that Justin may have done this. Trayon Ingram is another word you'll hear. He actually carjacked the white Mercedes and then gave it to these gentlemen to use in the shooting. He's not charged in this case. He's not even charged with carjacking. But he happened to pick up another murder right after this happened, and so now he's in custody for the other murder that he committed. Perhaps when making first impressions, you would have wanted to know that. I thought about going over at least one of Cornelius's statements in his lives, but I think it's just a little too much. We would be here for about 2 hours going through everything that he said has been inconsistent, bald-faced lies. In fact, you know how somebody's lying? Because in his first interview, that lasted a little over an hour, 32 times he told the police, trust me, I promise, I swear to God, I wouldn't lie to you. 32 times he says that before answering one of his questions on one of his first interviews after he's caught. And after he's caught, his girlfriend gets questioned because they ran down the license plate numbers, all that stuff with the cars. She lies through her teeth on December 14th of 2021, says, I don't know nothing about nothing. Because Cornelius had talked to her and tried to make up a false alibi. See, where's the plan in all this? See, if I have a plan to go kill somebody, we have a place to go dig something far away. I have people that can cover for me as an alibi. I don't make random phone calls. And so Angela, who knew nothing about this, according to her, picks them up at the location where they're getting bandaged up for being shot, drives them around town, helps them out. Of course, she's not charged. She initially lies and denies everything. The police then come back and say, we're going to charge you if you don't tell us the truth. And so on the 17th of December, 3 days later, she comes back. But what the police don't know at that time is Mr. Cornelius Smith has called 4 of his family members to reach out to Angela to get the story straight. Because he keeps saying on the jail phone calls, find out what she said, find out what she said, find out what she said. And then on the 17th, it comes back and they're talking to her. And she says, well, we went over to that house sometime in the past, just like we talked about. She doesn't know anybody. She said, I can't think of his name. And the interesting part is the officers say, is it somebody named Q? And then she says, oh yeah, it's Quet. Remember the phrase Bobby Carter that they mentioned? Bobby Carter also lives on Bradley Avenue. They're good friends with Cornelius Smith. They buy pills together and do ecstasy pills together. And the other thing Angela Smith says is, Govan brought us the phone after the fact. How was that part of any plan or anything else? They called and said, give me a phone. The interesting thing about that is if it's true and you believe her, there would be fingerprints on the car. The police fingerprinted it, DNA'd it, did everything. Cornelius' fingerprints are there. Treon Ingram's fingerprints are there. Kirsten Garner, the other guy that worked with Treon to steal the car, his fingerprints are there. There's DNA in there. There's blood in there. But nothing with regards to Govan. They found the car 3 days after the shooting took place across the street from Mr. Govan's house. Has nothing to do with him, didn't touch it. So if he didn't do that, how does he open the door? And frankly, how do you get the keys to open the door? See, Cornelius doesn't give you the details. Did they lock the car after he left? Where were the keys? He doesn't know about any of that stuff. So tell me how Mr. Govan got into the car and how he did it so beautifully, being dumb enough to take the murder car, one of the most famous people, and say, let's just park it across the street, and then somehow magically wipe his prints, DNA, hair, anything out of that car while he's looking for the phone. You know why that is? Because he didn't do it. What you're going to hear from Treon Ingram is Treon Ingram, when he stole the car, left his backpack, his wallet, and some other things in the car.
Wow. Wow. All right, boom. Let me give y'all the history on that. So the car was stolen at a Kroger, right? The defense is cooking. I knew that's how they was gonna come. We had to recover this because don't forget, we came in and we missed the front and we came in at on like the half mark. You know what I'm saying? I covered the back end. So now we at the front. This is the front of the trial. I think this is his lawyer out of Atlanta that he was talking about. The one who let him miss a court date and told him you ain't gotta go to court, and the judge was like, well, I don't care what your lawyers say. You had to report for court. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I've been covering this from the get. This ain't no just jumping on it. So boom. So what they talking about? See, what they trying to paint is all right. The initial person who stole a car ain't have nothing to do with this particular crime, as we see, because we seen what happened when they switched cars. Unless, but nah, two people hopped out. Nah, we seen what happened. We seen the most important people. So boom, he's trying to act like, well, what about Ingram? Because he stole a car. It don't matter no more. It don't matter no more. The car was activated when he stole the car. They threw him the car because they knew they was about to go on the mission. See, what's happening is they trying to got down backdoor Rico. It's looking like it. It's a backdoor Rico cooking up. And y'all remember where y'all heard it first. Let's go.
And he had Justin Johnson go get them. You will hear that from Treon Ingram's own statement with regards to that car. This is why I talk about first impressions, because they always could be misleading, and in this case, patently false. When you cherry pick the evidence that you want to tell you, and then have the cameras rolling on a high profile case.
No, he mad. Oh, he big mad. You mad. Talk about the cameras rolling. Yeah, we are reacting live. But you took a hell of a role, but you about to defend. So it's obvious at this point that he is defending Hernandez Govan and saying the same thing that I was saying earlier, that he was, if this was the crime, then it was stupid. We already know the crime was stupid. How are you helping your? Are you paid? Let's go.
Pressure you to commit a verdict of guilty is patently unfair. And just because he's a nobody and doesn't have money like Gotti or
Oh my God. King Lewis. King Lewis said he trying his best. That man just said because he's a nobody. Lord, yo, imagine that, mailman. Imagine that. Your lawyer talking about you or nobody. Just because he's a nobody who sell dope. Yeah, he sold a little pills. He sold that. We standing on that. Yeah, he sold a little allegedly. He probably out here selling that fatty. Let's be honest. You know what I'm talking about? The way these boys turned up out there. Hot. So his lawyer talking about don't be too hard on him. Let's go.
joke his brother, who was never even questioned or charged. He's the fall guy.
This man just threw. Yo Gotti. We gonna run that back because I don't think y'all heard that. He throws Yo Gotti and Joke under the bus.
To do that, how does he open the door? And frankly, how do you get the keys to open the door? See, Cornelius doesn't give you the details. Did they lock the car after he left?
Fool, we don't care if he locked the car. See, he doesn't give you the details. Bro, he just pointed at himself. He just admitted a criminal offense. And this is Govan's defense. His lawyer calling him a nobody. You can't make this up, man. Hit the like button.
Where were the keys? He doesn't know about any of that stuff. So tell me how Mr. Govan got into the car and how he did it so beautifully. Being dumb enough to take the murder car to one of the most famous people and say, let's just park it across the street, and then somehow magically wipe his friend's DNA, hair, anything out of that car while he's looking for the phone. You know why that is? Because he didn't do it. What you're going to hear from Treon Ingram is Treon Ingram, when he stole the car, left his backpack, his wallet, and some other things in the car. And he had Justin Johnson go get them. You will hear that from Treon Ingram's own statement with regards to that car.
Ooh, we got another witness. Hit the like button. So you telling me there is another person? There's another witness we ain't heard from. The brilliant guy who decided to steal a car and leave his calling card. We seen this before. It wouldn't be we seen this in the YSL trial. Nigga had his goddamn ID on the seat next to the yopper and a few other things that was criminal. It wouldn't be the first. So now they trying to come up with all this, what we about to see. We're about to see your client get cooked. The only thing left to do is grab you a plate and sit down at the table. Yeah, we're gonna eat. This right here is crazy work. He's trying to point fingers at other people. So basically, we're gonna throw other people under the bus. If my client goes down, you gotta know about these next people that he's about to name. Now this is where it becomes crazy work, and this is why I say it's a backdoor Rico cooking up. Gotta pay attention.
This is why I talk about first impressions, because they always could be misleading, and in this case, patently false. When you cherry pick the evidence that you want to tell you, and then have the cameras rolling on a high-profile case to pressure you to commit a verdict of guilty, is patently unfair. And just because he's a nobody and doesn't have money like Gotti or Joke, his brother,
oh wow,
who was never even questioned or charged, He's the fall guy on all this stuff. He didn't do anything. Even if you believe Cornelius, all he says is, I just happened to show up there, and he said, hey, this is Little C. Jook took over and started doing all the talking. Do you think that man could pay somebody $100,000 and you'd say, yeah, he's good for it. I don't need any validation. He's good for it. And interestingly enough, Cornelius' story also changes along with Angela's, because initially we were supposed to be paid $1.5 million. Then after another interview, it became $1 million. Then it became $500,000. Then it became $100,000. Then it became, we're going to split $100,000 between me and Justin Johnson.
What?
Then it became somebody gave me $50,000 in a brown paper bag. Then it became, oh no, I'm wrong about that. It was after I was arrested. Somebody gave my lawyer $38,000 in a bag.
Man, cut it out, man. Fuck all that, man. Yo, we going back to this, man. What I told y'all, man. Look at all this money. Did y'all not see and realize that he was wearing a PRE? He got the PRE chain. See, y'all don't know the history. Oh yeah, okay. They forgot it was a war in Memphis. Yeah. He has the PRE emblem right there on him in the video. Let's ask the streets, where did he get that from? Allegedly, a PRE member got their chain taken. Have you ever seen the movie Taken? Well, it was a bit more the same difference. The chain was taken, allegedly. And you can see it right here on tour in the music video called Stepped On, that straight drop release after the demise of Dolph, where they thought it was all good to pull up all of the trucks, all black. Maybe money was exchanged. They're saying even the lawyer touched money. Who was dropping all the money? Was Jook paying everybody? All the right people except the 100,000. Was it ever a 1.5 million? This man is throwing out, listen, the defense is throwing out shit that we never heard of and that really don't even matter. Because at the end of the day, he said all those crazy numbers that dwindled down to a measly, the lawyer getting paid $38,000, and who knows, maybe it's gonna come out. How much did these guys get paid to do what they did?
Got no cut, nigga. Whole lot of gang shit, you know what the fuck going on, G.
We know exactly what was going on. It's all coming out. It's all coming together. It's all coming together, y'all. So let's be honest. Is he cooking, man? Is he cooking right now? I ain't gonna lie. Hell no. It's cold. It's cold. He reaching. They hurt. Damn bad.
To represent me. That's how many times the story has shifted as far as that goes. But the one thing that he does say is after I got the money from Mr. Jook's people, it was understood that he was on that team.
Threw him right under the bus. Who got money from Jook people? See, that's what I'm saying. See. It's more to this whole thing. Who unalived Jook? Allegedly.
Again, Jook never arrested, never talked to. Even though he's
Jook was never arrested and never talked to. He mad. This is the defense of Hernandez Govan. Day one. He's mad. They never talked to Jook. Never. I don't see anything. But they're saying, but while he's saying that, he's offering information. We can't go for none of what he's saying because he's trying to defend Hernandez Govan by throwing a dead man under the bus. It's nasty work. Jook is not here. So what are you telling us? Do you have evidence that Jook gave anybody money or had any conversation? They said early in this live that a FaceTime was had when they did what they did, and they say that was all work, and they were spelling it out. I guess like hieroglyphics or something. They're spelling it out in the air, in the earth. My fault. It's Memphis. Let's go.
Says that's where the money's coming from. That guy doesn't have $1 million or $100,000 or anything like that. I may walk around wearing fancy ties, but he's indifferent. The judge has found that. I'm here to help him because people that are labeled as nobodies, I will not tolerate it. He needs to be fought for. He is your peer. We need to do this right. Mr. Govan, stand up. Hold your head up high. Mr. Govan matters.
What? Oh my God. Oh my God. This shit done got good. I mean,
like life like a movie, like a book. So, you know, certain people that's in like the first scene, second scene, and you know what I'm saying, first chapter, third chapter, second chapter, they ain't meant to be a part of your life. You know what I'm saying? The whole ride. You know what I'm saying? They meant to be a part of the history.
he told that man to stand up. Mr. Govan, stand up. Hold your chin up, what? Hold your chin up. What is he about to say next? What is he about to say next? Day one couldn't have been any. Oh my God.
You can't do this to people just for political gain because you got to solve a crime because somebody famous died. It's just wrong. But you can sit down. We can't have a society like this where you.
Oh my God. How we feeling right now? How we feeling, champs? How we feeling out there? How we feeling right now? We can't have a society like this. But you ain't even from Memphis. You came all the way from Atlanta. You made your client miss an important calendar call that he almost got baptized about. Y'all remember we can get the footage where he missed his court date. Said his lawyer said he ain't had to come. He working from Atlanta, right? And now he telling him to sit down and stand up. He just got done saying it's not his fault that he's a nobody. What? Y'all gotta pay all that way. It's the hidden agenda, man. The left hand washes the right hand. You hear me? Hand over fist. Understand me? Let's get into it. If you didn't already, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe.
You base convictions on assault rifle people opening up fire on somebody. And you remember when I told you he couldn't even remember when that meeting was, that random meeting? The best thing he could do is remember that the meeting was sometime between when he tried to shoot Wu or somebody else. That's the best he could do as far as that goes. And so you have to believe if this meeting happened, for 3 months nothing goes on, and then one day it just happens. Remember I asked you about pork chops and chicken and all that kind of stuff? If you're going to do something, even if you have a plan and it changes.
Pork chops and chicken?
He didn't have any plan. If you have a plan, you have a place to go. You have a place to hide out. You have an alibi built in. None of that happens. None of that happens. And Mr. Cornelius Smith is going to get up here and tell you, I want to bare my soul. I want to come clean. I want to do all this other stuff. You know, I call BS on that hard because when he tells you that, he will. Because he's testified to it before that he wants to bare his soul. He wants to make amends. And ask yourself, why for 4 years didn't he just take a guilty plea and take his life sentence and start making amends? He still hasn't played anything. His lawyers in negotiations with the government. There's quote no deal, but we do good things out of our heart when we're caught dead red-handed murdering somebody, because we don't want any benefit by coming on the stage and telling you whatever you guys want to hear. 6 times with interviews, 6 potentially more times with the government, more interviews. The truth doesn't change. You don't have to remember it. You don't have to practice it. You don't have to rehearse it. It is what it is. And this is not the truth. I think I mentioned it in jury selection, but responsibility for your actions goes both ways. There's going to be a lot lacking in this case. For example, you'll hear about a lot of cell phone records and who may have called who, but the full-on analysis was never, well, I'll just leave that for the expert. It's all coming down to Cornelius and possibly where somebody's phone might have been. You don't know what they said, if they even talked, or if as a friend you're calling somebody after a shooting, because everybody starts calling everybody within minutes after this. The social media blew up after this happened. You all know it. You all heard it.
Wow.
Everybody knew about it. Govan is your peer. He deserves better. We shouldn't be here. High profile TV cameras or not. Sympathy for a young man who's a musician, whatever he was.
Well,
Nobody deserves to die. But you don't compound the problem by blaming innocent people for it.
This man, I can't believe he don't care. He getting paid. I wonder who paying him. Look at how the people of Memphis is looking at him. Look, I want y'all to pay attention to everything. Look at how the people from there who working in the facility is looking at him while he's spewing these ridiculous lies, trying to manipulate the jury to have some type of no, that jury is from there. They ain't buying none of this stuff you talking about. Let's just be honest. It's ridiculous.
And even if you don't want to believe he's innocent, you want to believe Cornelius, they sure as heck didn't prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. I talked to you guys about that with the British system. It's either guilty or they didn't prove it. So I'm asking you to at least at a minimum say he didn't prove it in about 3 or 4 days from now. Thank you.
Somebody asked, how long do y'all think this trial gonna be? He just told us right there. He's only in town for the week, guys. He's only in town for the week. He's not even trying to be out there too long. Did you hear me? Did you hit the like button? We're almost about to get out of here. I'm already overdue, but we had to spin back to the front end real quick before we left.
The state calls Erica Thornton.
All right, so that's my exit point. This literally where we just came in and began this whole live stream. Salute to everybody that subscribed to the channel. Salute to everybody that hit the like button. That dropped down and chatted with me. You know what I'm saying? City to city, state to state, and all across the country, man. At the end of the day, young Dolph trial, Hernandez Govan, live day one. It started with a key witness, one of the trigger man from the whole situation, testifying that he indeed was middleman. Well, that Hernandez Govan was a middleman between the money being juked and himself, and $100,000 bounty. Crazy work.
I will be live again within minutes to the hour. This trial has taken a lunch break. We're about to eat, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be right back with more commentary, man. Big salute to everybody that tuned in, everybody that rocked out.
Real talk, what you gonna do when the pressure on?